following is a presentation of the GPAC Baseball Tournament on KYN TV. GPAC Tournament coverage on KYN TV is brought to you by Kopetsky's Ace Hardware, Explorers Credit Union, Runs Up, Fairfield by Marriott, Yankton Thrive, Elkhorn Valley Bank, and the Boathouse. Now we go live to Riverside Field for the Morningside pod of the GPAC Baseball Tournament on KYN TV.
Hello and welcome. We're live here pregame for Game 2 of Day 2 of the Morningside pod of the GPAC Tournament, live from Riverside Field here at Bob Tereshinski Stadium in Yankton, South Dakota. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tel Tanner. It's the Morningside Mustangs. It's the Northwestern Red Raiders, the 2 seed versus the 6 seed, and it's do or die. Winner of this game will face Doane, following this one who fell to the Mount Marty Lancers earlier this afternoon. We're going to welcome in Tel Tanner right now. And Tel, let's go ahead and talk about what these two teams did yesterday, starting with Northwestern falling in 7 innings against Doane.
Yeah, we are now in the bottom side of the bracket here. Both of these two teams lost yesterday. Northwestern, a tough one, run rule game versus Doane in there, 11-1 yesterday versus the Tigers. We talked about it all throughout Game 1 here today as the Lancers were facing Doane, but it was a tough late game for Northwestern. They had a lead through the first half of the game. It looked like they had the advantage, 1-0 for quite a while, 5 innings to be exact, before Doane finally started putting on the scoring in the bottom of the 5th. They put up 4 in the bottom of the 6th, or in the bottom of the 5th, 1 in the bottom of the 6th, another 4 in the 7th, 2 more in the 8th to stretch that lead to 10 runs, and the mercy rule, 10 after 7, is enforced at the bottom of the 8th inning. 11-1 the final there.
Yeah, so 11-1 final against Doane for Northwestern. Their opponent today, Morningside, played in the late-night matchup yesterday against Mount Marty. Had a lead early in that one, but ended up letting it slip. Let's talk about that matchup.
Yeah, similar actually to the first game. Morningside had an early lead, and they surrender it in the 6th inning. Lancers trailed 3-0 to the Mustangs until the 5th inning, and the first home run of this Morningside pod in Yankton goes over the right center fence, a 3-run bomb for the Lancers. They tie it up at 3-3. Then it was all Lancers from there. They put up 5 runs in the 6th, go up 8-3. Lancers end up eventually winning 8-5. Morningside Northwestern now ready to face off in an elimination game. Somebody's going home. Winner will face Doane in the next game tonight.
Survive in advance. That's what Coach Valvano said back in the day, and we'll find out here in a few minutes between the Red Raiders and the Mustangs who moves on. We do have the starting lineups. We'll get to those in a couple of minutes. Your pregame show brought to you by Kopetsky's Ace Hardware. Kopetsky's Ace Hardware in Yankton, South Dakota, and Orange City, Iowa, or online at Kopetsky'sAce.com. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. We'll break down the starting lineups for both of these teams this afternoon, but for now, you are watching exclusive coverage on the GPAC Tournament here in Yankton on KYN TV and the GPAC Network. Once again, it's the Red Raiders. It's the Mustangs. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. We're a few minutes away from first pitch.
Looking to vacation close to home? Well, how about Yankton? Yankton is located in southeastern South Dakota. It's close to Iowa and on the Nebraska border. That makes it a great option for a fun family getaway this summer. Enjoy the Lewis and Clark Lake area for camping, boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, or biking. Visit the Youth or Family Aquatic Center. Walk the Meridian Bridge and shop downtown. Hey, there's lots to do in Yankton, and it isn't that far away. Plan your next vacation at visityanktonsd.com.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate, With flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Ken at Ace Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe banking should be personal. You're not just an account number. You're family at Elkhorn Valley Bank. Whether you're buying a home, growing a business, or saving for the future, our local team is here to guide you every step of the way. We listen, we care, and we make the process easy. Experience banking that puts you first. Elkhorn Valley Bank. Personalized service and local support. There is a difference. For more info, go to evb.bank.
Welcome back on the Kopetsky's Ace Hardware pregame show. Kopetsky's Ace Hardware in Yankton, South Dakota, and Orange City, Iowa, or online at KopetskysAce.com. I'm Josh Bolter. Tel Tanner with me this afternoon, and we are getting ready here for a pair of Iowa teams getting ready to face off in an elimination game this afternoon. Winner taking on Doane. It's Northwestern. It's Morningside. And right now we're going to run through the starting lineups for both teams. Taking a look at it here, we'll start with the 6th seed in Northwestern here. Let's just run through that starting lineup as well as who's on the mound this afternoon.
Absolutely. We got leading off is Wroblewski. He is the center fielder today. Dirks will bat second. He's going to play third base. Guidry batting third, the DH. Riknovsky is the first baseman today, batting cleanup. Schroeder bats fifth, out in right field. Matheson, the second baseman, will bat sixth today. Dykstra, who we actually saw pitch yesterday, comes in to hit. He's going to be batting in the 7th spot and play left field. Rubio will be the catcher, batting in the 8th hole, and Ayers, the shortstop, bats 9th today.
Yeah, and then looking at on the mound today, it'll be Micah DeHaan. He's got a 6.75 ERA in 9 starts. He has made 11 appearances. This will be his 10th start of the season. 33 strikeouts, is inside the top 5 strikeouts for the team this season. So he'll be on the bump today. And once again, like you said, catch for him today. Number 25 for Northwestern, that would be Kevin Rubio. Once again, behind the plate there. Now, let's switch our attention over to Morningside here. Let's take a look at their lineup today.
Kielbasa leading off as usual. The shortstop will bat first. Delzell out in left field, batting second. Odell, the third baseman, will bat third today. The usual 1-2-3 for the Mustangs. Snyder bats cleanup from the catcher spot. Crosetti out in right field will bat fifth. Blackman, the DH, in sixth. Wilt batting 7th today, the first baseman. Woods out in center field, batting 8th, and Bunkers in the 9 hole. He's the second baseman. Pitcher today for Morningside, going to be Mason Heimer, a redshirt junior pitcher out of Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup today. Once again, do or die. This is an elimination game for both teams here today, so we'll keep an eye on that and see who can walk away with the victory and have a date with Doane later this afternoon. We should mention there are some rain chances in the forecast this afternoon. Really supposed to honestly pass by about 5, but still there's some rain in the forecast potential here as we kind of see some clouds coming in here at Riverside Field. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. And we're about 5 minutes away from first pitch here as the two managers are shaking hands and greeting with the umpires here today. Should be a good one. We'll be back in a couple minutes. This is your pregame show brought to you by Kopetsky's Ace Hardware. Kopetsky's Ace Hardware in Yankton, South Dakota, and Orange City, Iowa, or online at KopetskysAce.com. Once again, we're just a few minutes away from first pitch between Northwestern and Morningside. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. You're watching exclusive coverage of the GPAC tournament in Yankton on KYN TV and the GPAC Network.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. With locations in Yankton and Sioux City, the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Grab your friends and family and get to the Boathouse in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the heart of historic downtown Sioux City. If you can't be on the boat, then it's the Boathouse.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Bernard's in Yankton.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we understand that agriculture is more than just a business. It's a way of life. Whether you are planting crops, expanding your livestock, or investing in new equipment, our ag lending team is here to help you grow. With flexible loan options and personalized service, we'll work alongside you to find the right financing solution for your farm or ranch. Elkhorn Valley Bank. There is a difference. Visit us today at evb.com.
Vacation close to home. Vacation in Yankton. Yankton is just a quick trip from Nebraska and Iowa. Yankton features one of the best recreational areas around, Lewis and Clark Lake, with boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, biking, and miles of shoreline. Take the kids to our fabulous aquatic center, shop and eat in our historic Meridian District, or take a stroll on our famous Meridian Bridge. It's all here and not that far away. Plan your next vacation in Yankton, South Dakota at visityanktonsd.com.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Welcome back inside a Riverside Field here at Bob Tarashinsky Stadium in Yankton, South Dakota. I'm Josh Bolter. We're just a couple minutes away from first pitch here as the Red Raiders have taken the field. That was your pregame show brought to you by Kopetsky's Ace Hardware. Kopetsky's Ace Hardware in Yankton, South Dakota, and Orange City, Iowa, or online at Kopetsky'sAce.com. Let's take a quick look before these two teams have first pitch. The history between these two teams this season. They did play 2 games. They split over in Orange City. Morningside took the first game 6-1. Then Northwestern took the second game 7-5. So an even series between those two this year. Take a look. Northwestern is the home team in this matchup as they were the road team yesterday. So they'll host today. Looking to take care of business. On the mound for them today, once again, here is Micah DeHaan. Got a 6.75 ERA. This is his 10th start of the season. Looking to fight to keep the Northwestern season alive. Meanwhile, on the same side, or it's different side of the same coin from Morningside, trying to keep their season alive as well after a loss to Mount Marty last night. They'll have number 17, Ryan Kielbasa, up at the plate here to start this first inning. Once again, we're a few seconds away from first pitch here from Yankton. Exciting tournament results so far. If you didn't catch the first game today, Mount Marty defeats Doane. They advance to that Friday matchup. So the winner of this game will play Doane immediately following this game. Once again, we talked about it. There is some rain in the forecast. We're keeping an eye on that as the day progresses. And we're ready to play baseball here from Riverside Field. Once again, this is Game 2 of our slate of 3 scheduled games this afternoon. It is elimination here today between these two teams from Iowa. Northwestern from Orange City, Morningside from Sioux City. DeHaan, the first pitch. That one's driven out to left field by Kielbasa and gets past the center fielder. Kielbasa's got at least 2. And he stops at second. A big base hit to start the game here for the Mustangs. A double to start off their day, looking to advance to that night slot tonight, and then the winner of that game will face Mount Marty tomorrow afternoon. Your first inning today is brought to you by Explorers Credit Union. Once again, I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tel Tanner. He'll be with us in a little bit. Adjusting our outfield cam. There is some rain in the forecast. We're making sure we got an umbrella over that. Got to take care of our equipment here. Shout out Bryce Ladwig. He's running camera up here in the booth, as well as ads and other things today, so we appreciate him. On the first pitch now to number 12 for Morningside. That's Michael Delzell at the plate, the sophomore. Delzell getting the start today. Out in left field. Count is 1-1. Once again, one runner on here. It's Keel Bloss, who had a double out to left center to start this contest. DeHaan now ready to pitch the 1-1 to Delzell. He sends this one out to right field, and that's gonna go over, and that's a home run. Michael Delzell puts two on the board with a slam out to right field. Morningside off to a magnificent start with a 2-0 lead here off the home run from Michael Delzell. He's hyped. Morningside off to a great start early. 2-0 lead here over Northwestern off of the home run. Can't draw up much of a better start than that for the Mustangs. Once again, Michael Delzell putting that one over the fence and giving the Mustangs a 2-0 lead. And now with that, we welcome Jacob Odell in the three-hole, playing the hot corner, third base today, batting third for the Mustangs. First pitch from DeHaan is a ball-high breaking ball. Count 1-0. If you just tuned in seconds ago, Michael Delzell with the two-run homer here in the top of the first to get the Morningside going. Second pitch, making a ball outside, 2-0 is the count. Jacob Odell, third baseman. No outs here in the top of the first. Once again, I'm Josh Bolter, KYN TV, GPAC Network today for Morningside and Northwestern. Elimination game between these two teams. Make the count 3-0 now after that pitch outside. Here's the 3-0. That one is fouled off and out of play. (3-1) now. Northwestern trying to record their first out of this contest once again. If you're just tuning in, Keel Blassa with a double to start for Morningside, followed by a home run, a two-run homer from Michael Delzell. Here comes the 3-1. This one fouled off back towards us. Bryce Ladwig at camera making the catch back here. 3-2. Full count, the payoff. Micah DeHaan was down 3-0 in this count, but he's bowed back. The pitcher for Northwestern. That one's driven out to left. And that is gone. Back-to-back home runs for the Mustangs. This time it's Jacob Odell, the third baseman, driving it deep to left and out of here. 3-0. Morningside is your score. Just 3 at-bats into this game. Morningside on fire to start. And there is going to be a mound visit here with Micah DeHaan. Head coach is, or for Northwestern here today, and obviously throughout the season, is Brian Weddy. Once again, done this for 19 seasons. Long tenured head coach, and done such a good job with this program. Out here to talk to his pitcher, try to settle him down once again. Back-to-back home runs here for the Mustangs. Once again, 3-0 is your score. Now coming up to the plate, the catcher for Morningside. It is number 6, Michael Snyder. Can he make it back to back to back? The first pitch inside for a ball. So we now welcome in Tell Tanner. Tell, I think you missed a thing or two.
I missed a couple things. I was out in the outfield adjusting our camera when 2 balls were put over the fence right near me, so I got a great look at them. I think Morningside working off a little bit of frustrations after being the host site. They are the 2 seed hosting this pod, and they go down in game 1. Taking out frustrations, and Northwestern is receiving them right now.
Yeah, back-to-back there, and off to a great start. 3 batters up, 3 runs, 2 homers, and on fire to start. Snyder, the catcher, once again, 1-1 is the count. That pitch from DeHaan outside, make it 2-1. Gonna be interesting to see how DeHaan responds. Once again, not a great start here, but it is early, and obviously can fix that real quick here. The couple one, as that one is hit out into right field. That's going to be a single for Snyder, the catcher. Gets on base, Michael Snyder from Washington, the junior catcher, getting on base here. Make it 3 batters, 4 hits, 2 home runs early on here for the Mustangs.
That's the 4th right there to get a hit there. That is incredible for Morningside, the way they've started this game. 4 up, 4 on, 3 runs already.
Yeah, off to a great start. Couldn't ask for much better out of the lineup here in game 2. We talked about the wind going out today. Home runs, plenty.
We talked about it all throughout the game last night between Mount Marty and Morningside. Both of them were robbed plenty by the wind. Both of them had a bunch of hits that would have been out in favorable conditions. These are those favorable conditions, and both teams have now had home runs today. Lancers had 1 in game 1, Morningside 2 already here.
Yeah, Shugo Kondo with that home run start the day, as that one's fouled down the third baseline over by the pen. Make the count 1-1. Once again, 1 runner on. At the plate now for Morningside is Giacomo Crosetti.
Crosetti, a dangerous bat, .457 on base percentage on the year. 43 hits for the senior.
Having a good season. Had a nice day yesterday with a base hit as well, and trying to keep that going here as he takes ball 2, make it 2-1. Once again, there is a runner on. Thomas is the courtesy runner for Snyder, the catcher, who had a base hit over there. 2-1 from DeHaan. That one is popped up. We'll see if Northwestern can come up with it. Under it is the catcher over there. That's Rubio with the catch to get the first out of this game here for Northwestern.
And a needed one at that. 4 up, 4 hits for Morningside, and finally they get their first batter out. Trying to stop the bleeding here already. We're just in the first inning.
Like you said, trying to stop the bleeding, limit the damage here, keep the game within reach as we welcome Luke Blackman, a sophomore out of Utah, the designated hitter today, up at the plate. Once again, 1 out now. If you missed anything, back-to-back home runs from the 2 and 3 spots. It was Michael Delzell and Jacob Odell with back-to-back homers here for Morningside to start this game. Off to a hot start, up 3-0 as that pitch is in the dirt. Make it 1-0 on Blackman. Once again, the designated hitter here today for Morningside. Tell, even win or lose, I mean, obviously win, but it's so important. I mean, look at Northwestern right now, giving up some runs early. They need guys to go deep into this game. I mean, if they look at it, they would, if they were to win this game, obviously got to go play later tonight. But then again, if you win that, then you got to play with their first thing tomorrow morning. You need to save arms in this, and right now a tough start here for DeHaan.
For either of these two teams, if they're going to get to the championship game on Monday, they've got to win 4 straight games.
So that pitch is fouled off. It'll leave up the count for Blackman. But yeah, that's part of once it becomes do or die, and that's why that every game is so important in this. Try to save pitchers and buy yourself a little more time. Right now, these two teams just trying to survive to the night slot here tonight to face Doane, a very good Doane team. And we'll get into that matchup once this one goes final. But, yeah, right now, Morningside off to a hot start. Here comes the 1-1. That one plunks him in off the helmet there, and that'll be another base runner. Blackman gets hit by a pitch, and he'll go over to first. That'll move the pinch runner once again, Thomas, over to second. So 2 runners on here, 1 out for Morningside, and that will bring Sam Wilt, the first baseman, a junior, up to the plate.
That was a painful spot to get hit to. Didn't go off the helmet, was a little lower. Right between the shoulder blades is where he's flexing and rubbing as he walks down that first base line. That is a tough spot to get hit.
Yeah, either it didn't hurt, though, or Blackman over there no-sold it. He immediately looked up and was ready to go. So he's ready to go. DeHaan's ready to go. Wilt at the plate, ready to go. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat, and that's driven between third and short. See if the runner goes, and they're going to send him home. It's Thomas running in and add another one to the board for the Mustangs. Make it 4-0 off the RBI single from the first baseman, Sam Wilt.
And there's still only 1 out on the board for Northwestern. This is nightmare scenario for the Red Raiders. Season's on the line here in this game. This is lose and go home.
And I think that's going to do it for DeHaan today. There is a man running out of the pen for the Red Raiders. We'll see if we can get a number on this as well as his numbers. There is going to be a pitching change. While he's warming up, we're going to take a quick break here. It is 4-0 Morningside in the top of the first. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. You're watching GPAC tournament coverage here on KYN TV. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Canada Ace Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
Welcome in once again. Score 4-0 Morningside. 4 runs here in the top of the first. Taking an early lead here on Northwestern. We do have a pitching change for the Red Raiders. Let's go over who's on the mound, and let's walk through his numbers on the season.
Yeah, Aiden Sieperda now on the mound for the Northwestern Red Raiders. 8.57 ERA on the season. He has 1 win, 2 losses in 3 starts. This is appearance number 13. 21 complete innings he's thrown, 23 hits, 23 runs given up, 19 walks to 23 strikeouts.
So he's going to try to limit the damage here. Once again, it is 4-0 Morningside here in the top of the first. If you missed anything, back-to-back home runs. It was Michael Del Cell with a 2-run homer to right center. And then Jacob Odell drove one out to left, make it back-to-back. Then an RBI single from the first baseman, Sam Wilt, as well. So Morningside has some momentum here early as we welcome the center fielder, number 4, Connor Woods. He's a senior up to the plate here, and he's got 2 on with just 1 out here in the first. Once again, Sieperda, the pitcher.
Connor Woods, a .418 on-base percentage, only a .243 batting average here.
So he takes ball 1 there, low and outside. Last thing you want to do with 1 out is walk the bases or anything like that. Sieperda, the 1-0. Is low, make it 2-0. Sieperda is out of Sergeant Bluff. playing college ball in his home state as he throws another pitch. That's low. Make it 3-0. You'll see a lot of that in this matchup. A lot of Iowa guys between these two Iowa schools, and even some names I recognize. I've seen some Downs on there. I'm originally from Iowa, and seen some Downs on there maybe 10, 15, even 20 minutes away from where I'm from. So kind of cool to see as the 3-0 here is in for a strike.
I don't ever see that. I'm from the middle of nowhere.
Make it 3-1. 2 runners on here for our Iowa crowd. The answer of where I'm from, Denison. If you know Denison, that's where I'm from. 3-1 now. 2 runners on. Throw over to second is, wow, that's going to go in the outfield, and it'll advance the runner from second to third. The throw not in time, and it's going to get past again. Now moving the runner from first to second. So now with that wild throw from Sieperda, that'll advance the runners. Now a guy on third, 2 runners in scoring position with a guy on second. Count 3-1 with 1 out, Tell.
Things are bad for Northwestern right now. The bleeding just cannot be stopped. It's now mistakes just across the field here. It's not just giving up hits. Now you're seeing errors.
Yeah, and that was a bad one. Maybe a bit of miscommunication there. And now the runner's on second and third. The pitch is low for a ball. Here's the way you can paint this if you're Northwestern. You were a pitch away from that being the scenario anyways, with the bases loaded, with the walk, I guess, if you want to look at it like that. But now, bases loaded here in the top of the first. It's already 4-0 Morningside here. And come up to the plate is number 2, Jackson Bunkers. He's at second base today, and he's in the 9 spot. Bases loaded, up 4. Sieperda, the pitch is in for a strike, catches the top part of the zone.
Morningside, really good situation to add even more runs. They lead 4-0 to start this game. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Yeah, at this point, you're hoping for a double play ball or something like that if you can get it. The 0-1 is in for a strike. Back-to-back strikes here from Sieperda. Once again, just needs to find a way to get an out. Strikeout or a ground ball would be ideal here for Northwestern. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Second out of the inning. Sieperda strikes out Bunkers. 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
But they got to go back to the top of the order. Here's Kielbasa, the leadoff hitter for the Mustangs. They've gone the full 9 in this inning.
He had a deep double here to start this game, and like you said, going around the full order in the first inning. But the thing is, if you can limit that to 4, 4 is so key because in a scenario, you can still tie the game with 1 swing of the bat. But here's that first pitch. That's driven up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Should score 2. First runner in. Second runner rounded for home and gets in. It's an RBI single for the leadoff hitter, number 17, Ryan Kielbasa. Now it's 6-0 Morningside here in the first inning.
Morningside playing maybe the best they've started a game all season long. It's coming at the right time in an elimination game in the GPAC tournament.
Yeah, needed this, and up 6 here in the top of the first, and that'll welcome Michael Delzell. He's got a 2-run homer in this game as he takes strike 1 over to right center.
The only thing you can look at it as for Northwestern is it's happening in right away, which means you have the entire rest of the game to make up for it. You just got to get out of this now, limit the damage as much as you can, and you've got at least 7 innings to get out of this jam.
0-1 is fouled off, and once again, Sieperda just 1 pitch away from getting out of this one, but a tough inning for sure for Northwestern, down 6-0 here and trying to avoid elimination. The 0-2 is inside, counted for a ball, make the count 1-2. Once again, 2 runners on here, first and second. Delzell, the left fielder, at the plate. Looking to continue his good day here, his good first inning, I should say. The 1-2 is high and outside, evens up the count at 2 apiece. Sieperda trying to get out of this inning. Here comes the 2-2. That's a called strike. Northwestern gets out of the first inning, but plenty of damage for Morningside as they get 6 runs, 2 of which off home runs, 6 hits as well, leave 2 on base. When we come back, we'll have the Northwestern at-bats here in the bottom of the first. I'm Josh Bolter with Tel Tanner, watching GPAC tournament baseball coverage here on KYN TV.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. With locations in Yankton and Sioux City, the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Grab your friends and family and get to the Boathouse in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the heart of historic downtown Sioux City. If you can't be on the boat, then it's the Boathouse.
It's time to see the Northwestern at her bats here today, but they are down early, 6-0 here after a 6-run top of the first from the Morningside Mustangs. On the mound today for Morningside is Mason Heimers. I'm Josh Bolter. We welcome in Tel Tanner, and Tel, Heimer's working with a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, he is. A bit of a lead is a bit of an exaggeration. 6-0. Or an underselling is what it is. 6-0 after a half inning. Morningside puts up 2 home runs and some just really good team batting. Everybody 8 in that first inning. They went the full 9. 6-0 they lead. We do have an out-of-town scoreboard update, by the way. Just came in. Looks like Briar Cliff just walked it off over Concordia. They scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning in order to beat Concordia by 1 in the winner's bracket. Briar Cliff is now in the same situation as Mount Marty is in this bracket. They're 1 away from going to the GPAC tournament championship game. Concordia is going to have to win 3 straight when they play the late game tonight, and then possibly 2 tomorrow should they win the night game. Midland and Dakota Wesleyan is now starting down in Seward.
As we welcome you back here to action from Yankton, and at the plate now for Northwestern is Luke Robleski, leadoff hitter here for Northwestern. He grounds one over to short, making the play, and throwing it over to first is Keel Blossom, but that's high. Runner is safe off of the throw. 1 on here for Northwestern. And they'll obviously take it, being down 6. Need to get base runners any way you can, and that'll help now. So we welcome number 23, Devin Dirks to the plate, a 6'3" junior, playing third base today.
As a little bit of rain starts to fall here in Yankton. A light drizzle now coming down on the field.
Don't like to see that once again. We saw the delay in last night's games over in the Concordia side of the bracket.
Thankfully, this field kind of built to handle it with that turf infield, natural grass outfield, but it drains pretty well here in Yankton. And it's not supposed to be heavy here. This is supposed to be a light rain that sticks around for like a half hour, and then it'll be done.
Here comes the 1-1 now to Dirks. Trying to get something going for the Northwestern bats after a rough first inning. Is that pitch low and in the dirt? The throw over to first, not in time. Robleski safe over at first base. Once again, he reached on an error to start this bottom of the first. Talked about it, winner of this game. Their season's still alive. They face Stone. Loser is done. Do hear that rain picking up just a hair here.
Starting to come in just a little bit. Wind has shifted a little bit from game 1, by the way.
Runner takes off, wild pitch. He's going to be safe for Robleski, and he's rounding for third. See if he can get there. The throw, not in tow. He reaches over and goes past. Runner's out. Thought for a second there he was going to be safe, but slid in a little too hard and could keep his hand on the bag. Robleski out at third base.
Yeah, just moving too quickly. He had it. He was there in time, slid into third safe, but slid past the bag, and the Morningside third baseman, a heads-up play for him, didn't give up as soon as he saw he was there, kept on him, and after he slid past, was ready for the tag.
And that's Odell over at third base. Had a homer in the top of the first and hit a shot out to left. And Morningside catching a break on that one. Would have been at least one, or that runner over in scoring position with no outs, but well-timed play, and that's why you got to be careful when you slide and things like that. Keep your hand on the bag, and Wobleski was not able to do that. Here comes the 3-1 now to Dirks as he's going to walk, and he'll be put on base. So an error and a walk to start this first inning for the Northwestern Bats. That'll welcome Grant Guidry, the designated hitter, to the plate. Let's look at his numbers this season.
Yeah, let's go for it. Guidry on the season, batting .338, .393 on base percentage, 35 ribbies with 5 hits for the freshman first baseman.
Yeah, freshman.
DH in this one.
Yeah, freshman getting a spot or start in the 3 spot as a designated hitter, and see what he can do as he takes the 1-0, make it 1-1 after that pitch.
First baseman Rick Novsky on deck for the Mustangs.
Needing to get something going here for Northwestern, see what they can do. 1 on, 1 out. The count is 1-1. Heimer, the pitcher, that one fouled off, bounces near the catcher there, and that's Schneider behind the plate once again today. He had a hit in the first inning as well. Here comes the 1-2 from Heimer. Pitch is in the dirt, evens up the count at 2.
Pretty steady, light rain these teams are playing through right at the moment. Cold rain, I can tell you. Temperatures in the low 60s right at the moment, and that rain cools things off, as well as a wind coming in at about 15 miles an hour. It's dropped a little bit, actually, maybe coming in only 10. Looking at the flag in the outfield, it's not moving a whole lot right now, but that rain makes it cold.
As we get a pitch, make the count full, 3-2 here, and looking at it, it looks shortly after 4 o'clock or so it should die off. It's supposed to drop down. Right now it's about an 85% chance, then should drop down to about a 60% chance after 4. And if that's incorrect, blame weather.com. Is that one driven out to center and caught by the center fielder. That's Woods out there. Man in the 8th spot as he gets the catch, and 2 outs down here in the bottom of the first. So we're finally starting to see some of it reflect on the windows.
Yeah, a little bit. That wind is supposed to shift, and it has been shifting throughout this game. In game 1, it was blowing out pretty much straight from home plate out towards center field. Now it's blowing right to left at the moment.
Like you said, now we got Ricknovsky at the plate for Northwestern. Grant Ricknovsky, a freshman. He's getting the start once again at first base today. Comes the pitch, make the count 2-0 with 2 outs and 1 on. Six 0 is your score. We're live on KYN TV as well as the GPAC network here today. Here comes the pitch. That one is fouled and out of play on the first base side. Make the count 2-1 here. Heimer it's been active this first inning. Couple runners on after an error and then a walk. Marner did get tagged trying to round from second to third. Just hand off the bag there. Once again, Ricknovsky at the plate, make the count 2-1. The pitch is high, make it 3-1.
Morningside, 2 outs on the board, trying to end this first inning up 6-0. Northwestern 1 on.
Here's the 3-1. Is outside. Yeah, that's ball 4, I was going to say. As Ricknovsky takes first base. 2 runners on now for Tyler Schroeder. The right fielder had a big double in yesterday's contest against Doane. He's trying to drive somebody in here with a hit.
Freshman out of Stillwater, Minnesota. Really needing to put up a run here is Northwestern.
Here's the pitch. That one fouled off.
After starting the game 6-0 in the top of the first, if you can just get 1 or 2 here in the bottom of the inning, you kind of get yourself back in it. Like we said in the top of the inning, you got the full game to go. That's the only silver lining, is it happened early. If you can chip into a little bit here, that's when you can kind of look at your guys and say, all right, lock in. We got this. We got the whole game to get it back.
Does that pitch make it 0-2? Marathon, not a sprint. And although I think Northwestern would certainly take a sprint at this point, try to get as many runs as possible, as quick as possible. But like you said, full 9 to play here, and as Schroeder faces 0-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The 0-2 is high and outside, make it a ball. If Schroeder were to reach, following him up in the plate would be Matheson, the second baseman. Here comes the 1-2. Pitch is in the dirt, make it a ball. Count even at 2, and once again, Northwestern down 6. If you missed the top of the first, you missed a lot. 2 homers back-to-back for Morningside. It was Michael Delzell with a 2-run shot, and then Jacob Odell with a homer to left on a solo shot, back-to-back, and 6 hits, 6 runs there for Morningside. Here comes the 2-2. 2 outs for Heimer. Pitch high and outside. Full count. Schroeder battling back, was down 0-2 in this count. Now has a full count.
Walk here would load the bases. Put Northwestern in a decent position, but there are still 2 outs on the board.
Still 2 outs here, and just trying to find a way to get some runs. Here's the payoff. Pitch is grounded towards first, bobbles it, and lost it, and that's going to get Schroeder on. Over, they throw over to second, foot off the bag. I believe the runner is safe over there, taking time to make the call, but I believe the runner is safe. I think the second baseman over there, Bunkers, his foot fell off the bag as he was catching that, and now all of a sudden, bases loaded here for Northwestern, welcoming Carson Matheson, a junior, up to the plate.
Going back to that last hit there, nearly a bad mistake by Riknovsky, overrunning second base. I think he thought the third baseman was going to get sent, did not. Had to get back to second quickly, and they almost threw him out there. If the throw was a little better over to second, that would have been out number 3. Instead, we get bases loaded because of the missed throw. So got out of a bit of a scare there, did Northwestern.
Yeah, and now,
still alive.
Like you said, bases loaded here, and we'll welcome Carson Matheson to the plate. Taking a look at his season this year, Matheson for Northwestern is hitting 148. He does have a couple RBIs on the season, but yeah, waiting to see what he can do here today, playing over at second base. Bases loaded here. Hit would score at least 1, if not 2. Of course, swing of the bat, one swing of the bat could completely change this game real quick.
Yes, it could. That's exactly what the Red Raiders are hoping for.
Matheson has not hit any homers this season, but I think him and the entire Northwestern team would say, hey, now is as good a time as any. Here comes the first pitch, low and in the dirt, make it ball 1.
Matheson on the year, 148 batting average. He does have 4 hits and 4 RBIs on the season.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss, evens the count at 1.
A junior with only 27 at-bats entering this one here.
So limited opportunities, but getting a shot here in the GPAC tournament. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 1-1 is a strike. 1-2 the count.
Heimer trying to finish off this first inning.
One of those pivotal moments in the game early here for Northwestern. And here's the 1-2. Hit over to second. Bobbled at second. The throw over. Not in time. Wow, that's going to score at least 1. Just one on the board there after the errant throw from second base. Bunkers, the second baseman, lost it. Then an errant throw will add a run here for Northwestern.
Yeah, not the best moment from the second baseman there. Obviously, the error in the infield, and then a throwing error over to first as well. Back-to-back rough plays for Morningside from that second baseman. The only silver lining is Northwestern did not send the runner on third base after the missed throw over to first, or it might have been 2 runs there. Only 1 scores for Northwestern. However, base is still loaded.
Base is loaded once again. Get a run there, and that'll welcome Drew Dykstra to the plate. Playing left field today. Did pitch in game 1 yesterday against Doane.
Gave you a slight preview of his batting stats yesterday in that game, because he's got 73 at-bats as well, a guy who can do it all for him. 387 on base percentage, 219 batting average.
Here comes the 0-1. This pitch hit over to second. Bunkers fields it clean, throws it over, and gets the out. So that'll leave 3 on the bags for Northwestern, but they do get a run. Trail by 5, 6-1, heading in to the top of the second, where we'll see the Morningside bats. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the top of the second.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, community banking isn't just what we do, it's who we are. We believe in local decisions, personalized service, and reinvesting in Yankton to help our community grow. Elkhorn Valley Bank offers fast loan approvals, friendly faces, and employees who truly care. Whether you're saving, borrowing, or planning for the future, trust your hometown bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank, local, strong, and here for you. For more information, go to evb.bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference.
Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers, powered by plant-based natural caffeine. And they come in 4 delicious flavors: pomegranate passion, mango mojo, prickly pear, and watermelon wild. Why do you keep doing that?
These refreshers are just so refreshing.
But you don't have to make that noise every time. Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
6-1 here in the top of the second. Morningside leads, if you just joined us in the top of the first. 6 runs for Morningside, 2 homers back-to-back. One of those men who were involved in that, Jacob Odell, will start. Top of the second. Once again, second inning brought to you by Explorers Credit Union here today. It's Sieperda on the mound for Northwestern. He did come in relief, gave up a couple, but those were not earned. Odell once again did have a homer to left as he takes strike 1 here. Aiden Sieperda, pitcher here for Northwestern. Odell, third baseman at the plate, as he drives this one right into a glove over at third base. That's Dirks with a nice stab at the hot corner to get the first out of this inning. Well hit, but an even better defensive play there from Dirks, the third baseman. Now at the plate for Morningside, it will be Snyder, Michael Snyder, the catcher, junior. He did have a single out to right field in the top of the first. Sieperda the pitch. Snyder takes 4, strike 1. Northwestern did get a run back there in that bottom of the first inning after an error. The base is loaded over from second to first. Here comes the 0-1. This pitch, high and inside, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Talked about Snyder. He did, like I said, had that base hit in the first inning, eventually came around to score in the top of the first. 1-1 here to Snyder is high for a ball, make it 2-1. Winner of this one does advance to the nightcap tonight to take on Doane. Loser go home. Do or die for both these teams. And here's the 2-1 from Sieperda. This one hit high and foul, out of play. Evens count at 2 apiece here. Seaperda and the Red Raiders looking for a quiet inning. Try to keep that Morningside lead to a 5-run lead and try to get those bats back up to the plate for Northwestern. Here comes the 2-2 from Seaperda. The pitch outside. Full count here for Snyder. The payoff pitch. This one foul down the first base side, out of play. We'll do it again. On deck is Crosetti. He did fly out in the first inning. Here's the 3-2. That pitch outside, he walks Snyder. That'll be a man on for the Mustangs here in the second inning. And we will get a courtesy runner here for the catcher.
The right fielder, Giacomo Crosetti.
And Giacomo Crosetti now at the plate, like I said, did fly out in the first and looking to get his first hit of this ball game. Meanwhile, once again, Seaperda trying to limit the damage and keep this at a 5-run lead.
For Morningside, number 41, Nathan Thomas.
Is Nathan Thomas once again the courtesy runner here for Snyder over at first. See if Adam Bovey, the head coach for the Mustangs, decides to send him. Did give a signal as Seaperda gets the first pitch swinging for a strike. Crosetti getting the start out in right field today for Morningside. One man on, one out, one strike. Aiden Seaperda, the pitcher. Throws, ball, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Crosetti, the right fielder now. Here's Seaperda, the pitch. High, make it 2-1. On deck for Morningside is Blackman, the designated hitter, Lucas Blackman. The 2-1. That pitch is driven and just off the glove of Dirks. That's going to be at least 2 bags, and I think they're going to stop the runners at second and third. It's Giacomo Crosetti with a pitch, or with a hit just over the glove of the third baseman, Dirks. Was able to make a snag earlier in this inning. Wasn't there. Now runners on second and third for Morningside in business once again. And it's Luke Blackman, the sophomore out of Cedar Falls. No, my apologies, out of Utah. No, Colorado. Eventually, one of these places. He's from somewhere. It's like Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world, or where is he from? Anybody? No? Yeah, thank you. Bryce is shaking his head. At least I know there's one out there. But all right, Blackman at the plate. 2 runners on here, 1 out. Aiden Seaperda, the pitcher. Here's the first pitch, the at-bat, high. Make it 0-1, or make it 1-0. Catcher here is Rubio for Northwestern with that snag right there. Here's the 1-0 from Seaperda. That pitch is popped up, and that's going to be out of play, foul ball. Here's the 1-1. 1 out. Runners on second and third. The pitch, swing and a miss from Blackman, make it 1-2. There is a man warming up out in the pen for Northwestern. I believe that is Peyton Montesinos. We did see him yesterday against Stoneford, but as that pitch hit over to third, the runner goes home, the throw to the plate. Runner is out at home. Make it out number 2 here of the top of the second. Good play by Dirks. get the throw in time and get the runner on the grounder. So now there's runners on first and second, 2 outs here for Morningside. And that'll welcome Sam Wilt, the first baseman, to the plate. He did have an RBI single in the top of the first. Seaperda trying to get out of this jam. Once again, Montesinos over there warming up for Northwestern in the pen. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss on a breaking ball, make it 0-1. Connor Woods is on deck if Wilt finds a way on base. Looking to get his second hit today in as many appearances at the plate. Here's the 0-1 from Seaperda. That pitch high, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Wilt, the first baseman, trying to add to this Morningside lead here in the second. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Make it 1-2. Seaperda, 1 strike away from getting out of this inning without giving up a run. Here's Seaperda, the pitch is called strike 3 looking. Aiden Seaperda gets out of a jam and holds Morningside off the board here in the second. So after the top of the second, 2 men left on, 1 hit for Morningside, no runs. Your score going into the bottom of the second, 6-1 Morningside. I'm Josh Bolter, GPAC Tournament Baseball here on KYN TV.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we understand that agriculture is more than just a business, it's a way of life. Whether you are planting crops, expanding your livestock, or investing in new equipment, our ag lending team is here to help you grow. With flexible loan options and personalized service, we'll work alongside you to find the right financing solution for your farm or ranch. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Visit us today at evb.com.
Bottom of the second here from Riverside Field. Score is Morningside 6, Northwestern 1. So we welcome the Northwestern bats up to the plate. It'll be the catcher, Kevin Rubio, getting his first at-bat here of the tournament. Short, who started at catcher yesterday for the Red Raiders, as we welcome Tel Tanner back onto the broadcast. Been busy out with the center field cam. Is that one driven over to short? It's going to get through for a base hit. Kevin Rubio has one on here to start the second for Northwestern as we welcome in Tel Tanner.
About as busy as one of these bats I've been, running back and forth with that outfield camera, making sure we're all good with the rain, and we are. Everything's rolling good. We strapped an umbrella to it, so now it's protected. That is how we do things here. We got our outfield camera out on a deer stand with an umbrella on top of it. We love how we do things in South Dakota. It works, and that's what matters.
That is what matters, and right now what matters for Morningside, a 5-run lead here. Don't get any runs in that second inning, but had a big first inning, and now trying to hold on to that lead as Northwestern gets a base hit to start. It's Kevin Rubio, the catcher, who had that. Didn't see who the pinch runner is there, as that's a ball. I believe that is, looking at my Northwestern roster here. Oh, no, they're going to have Rubio stay on here. No courtesy runner for the catcher. He said no thank you. Here's the pitch. Strike, make it 1-1. Actually, that is 35 out there. 25, 35, 15, 45, something like that. 35, it's Brady Click. He had, or Bryce Click. He had an RBI yesterday as that ball fouled back towards us. Bryce makes the catch as per the rules. Make it 1-2. At the plate now, we should mention, is Ayers, the shortstop.
And so Click courtesy running over at first, one at the plate here early in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second's where we're at, right? I missed a lot.
It's actually the 6th inning. No, I'm just kidding. It's the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch, outside ball, even count at 2 apiece. But yeah, early second here, lots of action, lots of base hits. If you're an offensive guy in baseball, this game's for you right now. I know Northwestern doesn't necessarily have the results on the scoreboard from that, but they've had some base runners and trying to get something across here to shorten this lead for Morningside. Here's the 2-2. That pitch called a strike. Looking down goes Ayers, the 9-hitter for the Red Raiders, which will welcome number 12, Luke Robleski, back to the plate. He reached on an error from short to first in the first at-bat of this game, so he's been on base here today and looking to get back in the same spot here as he gets this first pitch called, looking for a strike.
Yeah, the rain has stopped here in Yankton, by the way. It looks like it's hopefully going to stay away through the remainder of this evening. It's supposed to have a little bit overnight early tomorrow morning, but it should be pretty good for tomorrow as well.
Here's the 0-1 for Heimer. The pitcher, he gets a strike. Look and make it 0-2.
I'm just happy I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it.
Yeah, don't.
Nope.
Well, now you kind of have to. We are
just
live.
Happy we didn't have a delay there. That would have been rough.
Yeah, that would have been. We want to, and that also affects players and their rust and things like that. And sun is shining a little bit here. So that's a ball. Make it 1-2. Sun is starting to come out here a little bit at Riverside Field. Yesterday was a perfect day for baseball. A little windy, but overall weather was nice and not too cold.
As long as the rain stays away today, the wind is slowed down a bit. This is going to be another really good day for baseball from this point on.
Should mention once again, Northwestern does have a man in the pen, maybe looking towards next inning. It is Montesinos, Peyton Montesinos back there. Ball foul. Count will stay 1-2. One out here in the bottom of the second. One man on.
If Montesinos does throw, you should be familiar with him. He threw yesterday, was the first man out of the pen in relief of Dykstra.
That matchup against Doan. Once again, winner of this one. We'll see Doan immediately following this game. Well, 40 minutes after, but still, it's the next thing that's happening here. This count is 2-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball outside. Heimer gets the strikeout on Robleski. That'll welcome to the plate Devin Dirks, the third baseman. I don't know if you saw it while you were out there in the outfield, Tell, but he had a heck of a stab at third base to start that at the top of the second inning. Robbed Jacob Odell. Probably would have been a double. Here's a pitch, fouled off by Dirks. He did walk and eventually score in the first inning as well.
I didn't see nothing, man. I was more worried about the rain and our camera out there. Got everything locked down, though. We're good. Dirks on the season, .295 batting average and a .356 OBP for the junior.
He fouls one off, back-to-back fouls, makes it 0-2.
This is the team leader in total at-bats on the season by nearly 20, 173 coming into this one.
The 0-2 now, 2 outs. Heimer trying to get out of this inning. Pitch is popped up. Going after it is the third baseman, Odell, and he makes the catch, and that'll do it for the second inning. After 2, your score is Morningside 6, Northwestern 1. For Tell Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. You're watching exclusive coverage of the GPAC tournament in Yankton on KYN TV and the GPAC network. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Apply federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union. Join the drive today.
6-1 is your score heading into the top of the third. We're going to see the Morningside Bats here in just a second. I'm Josh Bolter. Tell Tanner, GPAC baseball tournament coverage for you. Third inning is brought to you by Explorers Credit Union. A little score update for you. We're waiting for the start of that Midland Dakota Wesleyan game. It just started, actually, from what I see here. Well, actually, no, it'll start in about 15 minutes. We're 15 minutes away from first pitch over there.
Yeah, but the big news out of the Concordia pod, Concordia falls. The number, I think, 13 team in the nation, 12 or 13. Man, they've had one heck of a season. But they fall in the winner's bracket. Briar Cliff puts up 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to win 5-4 and walk it off in Concordia's home stadium. That was an incredible win for the Chargers, and now they are 1 game away from going to the GPAC Tournament Championship on Monday. The Lancers and of Mount Marty and the Chargers of Briar Cliff are the 2 that go to Friday undefeated.
Yeah, that's interesting. You never know what can happen in the GPAC tournament here.
That's a massive upset for Briar Cliff.
Yeah, nice win there for sure. Now we welcome Connor Woods, the center fielder, out of the 8th spot for Morningside back to the plate. But yeah, once again, I mean, it's just crazy what can happen there, and we'll see if Concordia can battle back. They'll face the winner of Dakota Wesleyan and Midland later tonight. As this pitch, swing and a miss, make it strike 2. Of course, they would have to go through the Chargers again.
Yep.
To get to Monday.
Somebody's got to go through the Chargers, or Chargers are going to go through somebody. Either way, Briar Cliff's in it tomorrow.
So that pitch, a ball high. You know, same situation here to get to Monday. Someone's going to have to go through Mount Marty after an impressive rally, back-to-back really days where they've rallied down early against Morningside as well as Doane. Bats are working for them, but we won't see them again till noon tomorrow. We got some business to take care of here as the count's 2-2 on Connor Woods, the center fielder for Morningside.
Yeah, we got a lot of ball to play before that. Mount Marty in game 1 tomorrow is going to face the winner of the Doane versus the winner of this game.
Yeah, and then in this game, Connor Woods gets rung up by Aiden Sieperda as he gets the strike call on that one to get the first out of the top of the 3rd.
Once again, game 3 tonight. Doane will be playing the winner of this game. Loser here is eliminated. Their season likely coming to a close.
Welcome Jackson Bunkers to the plate, the second baseman. He did strike out in his first at-bat.
Talk about at-large bids in the national tournament. The GPAC is no stranger to at-large bids for the 2-3 seed. Morningside still could, if they're eliminated here, get that nod. But if they go into their own hosted tournament and lose both games, it's tough to get that at-large bid sometimes, but hard to say.
Yeah, just looking to fight here as Bunkers takes a ball, make it 2-1. And
Northwestern as the 6th seed, however, 100% fighting for their season here in this game.
Yeah, that's something where we'll see what they can do. Down 6-1 early. Sieperda has kind of slowed things down, quieted down as that one's driven out to right field. And getting under it and making the catch out there in right field is Tyler Schroeder to get the second out of this top of the 3rd. That will bring Ryan Kilblasa, shortstop for Morningside, up to the plate here. He does have 2 hits and 2 RBIs in this one. He's been seeing the ball well today.
Yeah, Kilblasa's very good at bat. That's why he's their leadoff.
Behind him, a lot of power. Delzell and Odell with those back-to-back homers in the first.
Morningside would love a repeat of what they did just 2 innings ago. Put up a 0 in the second, did the Northwestern defense, however.
Here comes the 1-0 from Sieperda. This one driven out to right and getting underneath it is Schroeder. Makes the catch and retires the side. After the top of the 3rd, no hits or runs or errors, or no one left on either for Morningside in the top of the 3rd. Score remains 6-1 Morningside. When we come back, the Northwestern bats in the bottom of the 3rd. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter, KYN TV.
Looking to vacation close to home? Well, how about Yankton? Yankton is located in southeastern South Dakota. It's close to Iowa and on the Nebraska border. That makes it a great option for a fun family getaway this summer. Enjoy the Lewis and Clark Lake area for camping, boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, or biking. Visit the Huther Family Aquatic Center. Walk the Meridian Bridge and shop downtown. Hey, there's lots to do in Yankton, and it isn't that far away. Plan your next vacation at visityanktonsd.com.
Traveling to
Bottom of the third from Riverside Field here in Yankton, South Dakota. KYN TV, GPAC Network. I'm Josh Bolter. Till Tanner joined me in the booth today. 6-1 is your score. Morningside leads in the bottom of the third. We saw 7 combined runs, 6 from Morningside in the first inning, and since then, a big fat 0 on the board here. And see Northwestern looking to change that in this spot. Here's a pitch from Heimer. He's given up 1 run in his 2 innings of work. Guidry, the designated hitter, at the plate here. Here's the pitch. Strike, make it 1-1 from Heimer.
Guidry, that freshman, we talked about him a few innings ago. 338 batting average and a 393 on base percentage. 50 hits, 35 RBIs coming into this one.
He'll foul that one off, make it a quick 1-2 in this count.
Guidry yesterday did have 2 hits against Doane. That's all.
Here's the 1-2 to Guidry. Pitch high, evens up the count at 2 apiece.
Sun now coming out here in Yankton. The clouds going away.
Rain, rain, go away, they say. Here's the 2-2. This pitch grounded over to short. And an out. Keel Bloss on the throw. First out here at the bottom of the third.
The first baseman, Grant Rignacki.
That'll bring Grant Ricknofsky, the first baseman, the cleanup spot up to the plate. He did walk in his first at bat of today.
First baseman batting .388 on the year.
And the freshman trying to get something going here for the Northwestern bats. They did only score 1 run yesterday and 1 so far today, but it is early and plenty of time to rally.
Young team, Northwestern's got plenty of freshmen, including this guy here.
0-1 is inside for a ball. Here's the pitch. In for a strike, make it 1-2.
In fact, by my count in the online roster, only 7 seniors for this Northwestern team. 2 of them we don't see. So 5 players. Young team.
Here's the 1-2 for one of those freshmen, and he takes a ball and evens up the count at 2.
Two seniors they will be graduating this year, however. Maybe 2 of their most impactful players. Luke Wrobleski, is obviously his prowess is well known, batting .444 on the season. And then Drew Dykstra, who pulls double duty, pitches and hits.
Yeah, their ace in the rotation pitched yesterday, 4 2/3 against Doane. Here's the 2-2 after a foul from Rakowski. That pitch hit out towards center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Ricknowski getting a runner on here for the Red Raiders in the bottom of the third.
For Northwestern, the right fielder, Tyler Schroeder.
And that'll welcome Tyler Schroeder to the plate here for Northwestern. In his first appearance today, he did get a hit. Was eventually left stranded on base. 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the third. First pitch of the at-bat is a strike, make it 0-1.
Those first pitch strikes so important.
Heimer the pitch. And a ball outside, evens the count at 1.
Schroeder has 1 hit so far in this game. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Heimer's pitch count starting to get up there. 2 1/3 innings, and he's approaching 60.
Yeah, throwing a lot of pitches, not getting a lot of damage, but has some pitches. Now one hit deep left, but foul out towards the back end of the Northwestern bullpen. Makes the count 1-2 here to Schroeder. And Heimer, once again, has only given up 1 run, but like I said, a lot of pitches, a lot of battles, few hits here, a couple walks, and just trying to maintain that lead here for the Mustangs. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, evens the count at 2. Matheson on deck for Northwestern, the second baseman. Did reach on an error that eventually led to a run. Not at bat. Here's the pitch. Driven over to third, and what a catch there from Jacob Odell. He had 1 robbed from him earlier in this one on a stab from third, and he leaps up and makes the catch there for the second out of this inning.
That was a great catch. He got hops for that one, got well in the air. 50-inch vertical for the guy.
That is an official measurement. Don't look it up.
Yes. That's how high he got there.
There we go. 2 outs now here for Morningside on a nice catch. And now welcome Karsten Matheson to the plate once again. Reached on an error as that pitch foul. Or actually, it's going to stay and roll over to first, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 3rd. So after 3 scores, Morningside 6, Northwestern 1. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. GPAC baseball tournament coverage here on KYN TV and the GPAC network. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Top of the 4th, KYN TV, GPAC Network. It's Morningside and Northwestern. 6-1 is the score, Morningside here. And it's going to be Seeperdal back on the mound for Northwestern. I'm Josh Bolter. Tel Tanner here. This is the 4th inning. Top of the 4th is brought to you by Runza. Pick the perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack. Made fresh and topped the way you like. Runza now in Yankton. For anyone listening, I would not complain if you brought me a Runza up here. Just wouldn't complain. That's all I'm saying. Either way, 6-1 here. We welcome the Morningside bats back up to the plate. I believe it'll be Michael Delzell. Left fielder did homer, had a 2-run shot out to right center, did the southpaw in the top of the 1st to get the scoring started here in that 6-run first inning for Morningside. But since then, it's been nothing but blanks.
And a lot of that is due to Seeperda. You take a look at the pitching stats on the day. Hahn, not the best start, obviously. Those 6 runs were from him. Swing and miss in the first pitch there. 5 hits. 21 pitches through 7 batters. He threw 1/3 of the game. Then Seeperda came in, threw the final 2 outs of that first inning, and has put up 2-0 since then. Did not allow a run in that first inning either. It gave up 2 hits, no runs, has 4 strikeouts in the 12 batters he's faced. That's the reason why it kind of got shut down. Seeperda's throwing well.
Yeah, and gets 2 quick strikes here on Delzell. Once again, these 2 teams fighting stay in this tournament. Winner playing Doane tonight following this game. Here's the 0-2. This pitch grounded over to first, picking it up, and running over is Riknovsky to get the first out of the 4th inning.
The third baseman, Jacob Odell.
We talked about Delzell homering. Well, how about Jacob Odell? He had a shot as well out to left field in that first inning and looking to build off his productive day as well.
A solo home run, as you said. Beautiful swing. 6-1 they lead. Haven't scored since that first inning.
Here's the pitch from Seabra in the dirt for a ball. Bats have been quiet since that first inning. No runs for either team. Seabra, the 1-0, is driven past the third base line, but foul. Evens up the count at 1.
As we start off the fourth inning, we're about an hour 10 into this game.
I love it. Colton Corver out there running to get that one way down the line over there for Northwestern. Making the jaunt out there. Here's the pitch. He is called a ball, make it 2-1. Did see Corver pitch yesterday a bit. Against home, once again, is Montesinos out there warming up in the pen. He's warmed up the last inning or so plus.
Yeah, we saw a lot of pitchers.
That one popped high in the sky on the first base side. And making the catch is Rick Nofsky over there for the second out here in the top of the fourth.
As I was saying, we saw a lot of pitchers for Northwestern yesterday. Doane just could not be stopped offensively. Their bats were just moving at an incredible rate. Northwestern was subbing in pitchers, just trying to get a hold of the situation, just was never able to do so. We saw 7 different guys throw yesterday, most of them less than an inning, so pretty much everybody actually is still good to go should they want them today.
And it's Michael Snyder now at the plate, the junior catcher. Does have a hit today as he takes that first pitch for a strike. Here comes the 0-1 from Seabra. That pitch is driven out, but that's going to be fouled on the first base side. Make it 0-2.
Two outs on the board. Seabra trying to put up his third straight, nothing in.
Yeah, it really came in and stabilized things here for Northwestern. Here's the 0-2. That pitch driven back and out of play, foul ball.
Now Northwestern's just got to get the bats moving and they can get right back into this game. They've got things rolling on the mound. Defensively, they're working well. Just got to get some hits now.
They're looking to get some hits. They do have 3 on the day, but like you said, outside of that first inning, not leading to anything. So here's the 0-2, 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. This one driven out and foul. Here's the pitch from Seabra. Fouled back towards us, out of play. Lots of foul balls in this at-bat. Snyder making contact, but not really able to drive anything in play yet.
Yeah, keeping the count at 0-2, just staying alive.
Once again, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Seabra the pitch. That one fouled off again. Snyder's frustrated up there. You can tell he's seeing it well, but has not been able to put it in play. (6-1). Once again, the score here. Here's the pitch. And a ball. Make it 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Seabra. This one driven over to short, fielded. Will the throw be in time? Yes, it is. What a play from the shortstop for Northwestern over there. That was Ayers making the play and getting the third out here to send it to the bottom of the fourth. So no runs, no hits, no errors there in the top of the fourth for Tell Tanner I'm Josh. Bolts will be back in 30 seconds on KYN TV.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Canada Ace Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
Drew Dykstra, the left fielder, up at the plate here in the bottom of the fourth for Northwestern. On the mound, once again, it is Mason Heimer, the pitcher for Morningside, giving up 1 run in 3 innings of work. We should mention the bottom of the fourth is brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank is committed to more than just providing financial services. They are dedicated to making a meaningful impact on our communities. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Mason Heimer once again on the mound. Drew Dykstra is going to start off this 4th inning until Northwestern's getting their chance. Their pitching's really stabilized since the 1st inning, and now they've got an opportunity to try to get closer here to that lead.
Yeah, they do. Drew Dykstra, their first man up, has got a chance to do it. We haven't seen this guy since the bottom of the 1st inning when he was the final out. Unfortunately, ended up leaving 3 on base. Bases loaded, grounder over to second is what ended up doing it there. Now our second look at it.
Yeah, Dykstra now, first batter of this bottom of the 4th. Once again, sun is fully out after a little bit of rain earlier. Here's the pitch. Call the ball. There, make it 1-0. You tell the Morningside dugout was not a fan of that one. Here's the 1-0. Pitch, call the ball, make it 2-0. Dykstra did pitch yesterday against Doane. He only went 4 2/3. You wonder if maybe if they were able to win this one, they could have a do-or-die situation tonight, if he'll be available maybe out of the pen or something like that. I doubt it. But when it's do or die, you never know.
Hard to say, you know, as you said, do or die, you never know. He threw 88 pitches yesterday, so normally you'd say no, but we've seen crazier things.
Here's the pitch. Make it 3-1 here to Dykstra.
Sometimes you just need an out, and you need to throw out a stud. Not going to throw him for a long time, but maybe if you just need to finish off the 9th inning type of deal, you know.
Here's the strike from Heimer. Make it 2-2. You know, and it's not uncommon. There are a lot of teams in postseason play in the majors that'll do that. One that comes to my mind, you know, it's an 11-year-old reference, but Madison Bumgarner for the Giants back in the day went on a tear and shut down the Royals. Our general manager, Kurt Dykstra, if he's listening, knows all about that. And that's where I get fired tomorrow morning. Either way, walk there to Dykstra to start the first. That was start the 4th year. That was Drew Dykstra. I'm talking about Kurt Dykstra and Drew Dykstra. So many Dykstras.
No relation, interesting enough.
No.
We actually saw a similar situation to what we were just talking about in the GPAC just a couple of weeks ago. Zach Hagge for the Lancers did exactly that. Threw north of 90 pitches in a game, and then the very next night, exact situation. In the 9th inning, needed an out or two, came in relief, got him, got the win.
Yeah, we could see him again tomorrow. Did a nice job of shutting things down in the back half of that earlier game today against Doane. As this throw over to first, not in time. Runner is safe. Dykstra stay on first. Heimer has put a few guys on here, but hasn't really given anything up. Pitch is a strike, high in the zone. Up to bat is Kevin Rubio. He did have a hit in his first appearance here today. 1 of 3 hits for Northwestern. The run did come off of an error on a throw from second to first. Here's the 0-2 to Rubio. That pitch high. Kevin Rubio trying to get the offense going here for Northwestern. The 1-2 is low, evens count at 2.
No outs in the bottom of this fourth inning. Take a look at Heimer's stats on the day. Through 3 complete and 1 on here. 67 total pitches entering this at bat. He's had 3 hits, 1 run allowed, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 16 batters he's faced. There's his third K.
Yeah, Heimer gets Rubio swinging for that first out here of the fourth.
For Northwestern, the shortstop, Brody Ayers.
That'll welcome Brody Ayers to the plate. We saw his glove last inning, making a nice play to end the top of the fourth, and now looking to get something going with the bat. He did strike out looking in his lone plate appearance today and in the 9 spot. As that pitch grounds in front of the dirt. Runner thought about going, but Ayers holds him back there, says stay.
In the 9 spot, as you mentioned, we go back to the top of the order. Wrobleski on deck.
Wrobleski, if he gets a chance here, pending on double play possibilities, is 0 for 2, but did reach on an error. That pitch high, make it 2-0.
You love the way baseball strategies change over the year of where you put like your stud hitter. I remember just 2-3 years back, every single team in the GPAC had their best hitter batting third.
So that one grounded over to short. Wrobleski throws it, gets the out at second, safe at first. That'll make it 2 outs, gets the lead runner there.
But back to the changing baseball.
Wrobleski is up to bat.
Back to the changing baseball, though. Just a couple years ago, pretty much every GPAC team had their best hitter batting third. Now it's a little different here for Northwestern. Their best bat leads them off, and he's had a really good season due to it. You know, Wrobleski, 444 on the season and a 525 on base percentage for the guy, and he's going to put one out to deep center.
Yeah, out to deep center, underneath it, and making the snag out there. What a catch is Connor Woods to end the bottom of the fourth. So 1 man left on here for Northwestern. We'll send it to the 5th for Tel Tanner. I'm Josh Bolter at 6-1 Morningside.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe banking should be personal. You're not just an account number. You're family at Elkhorn Valley Bank. Whether you're buying a home, growing a business, or saving for the future, our local team is here to guide you every step of the way. We listen, we care, and we make the process easy. Experience banking that puts you first. Elkhorn Valley Bank. Personalized service and local support. There is a difference. For more info, go to evb.bank.
Top of the 5th, Riverside Field, 6-1. Morningside leads. Josh Bolter, Tel Tanner with you here today. Game 2 of our 3-game slate this afternoon, and it's Morningside Northwestern. The top of the 5th is brought to you by Runza. Pick the perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack. Made fresh and topped the way you like. Runza now in Yankton. Once again, would not complain.
Would not complain at all.
Like if someone just out of their good graces at home said, you know what, I'm going to bring Josh and Tel Runzas, I wouldn't be upset. I'll say that. But, anyways, we get back to the action here. Morningside bats coming up here. We're going to start with, looking here as I pull up my Morningside roster. It's Crosetti getting ready to bat.
Giacomo Crosetti up. Incredible name, first things first. Obviously, we saw Dirks in Game 1, but Crosetti's just an incredible name too. But we're about midway through day 2, by the way. We got 3 games going on here today. Game 1 in the books, Mount Marty over Doane. Game 2 here, starting the 5th inning, 6-1 Morningside. Winner of this one will play Doane in Game 3 tonight. We're about midway through day 2 of Morningside pod of the GPAC tournament. And I'll tell you, midway through day 2, this grape energy drink is hitting.
It's hitting, and I actually don't drink energy drinks, to be honest with you. Here we go. But yeah, I've heard the rumors of the energy drinks hitting here today between you and Braden. Heard all about it in that first one.
Oh, Braden was a bit of an enigma of a man in that first game. Walked into this booth, did not pound all 3, but had 3 energy drinks and a bag of gummy worms. That is a man right there.
The only thing that you said that was false about that statement was a bit of an enigma. Braden Butler is just an enigma. He'll be on tomorrow for that first game at noon between Mount Marty and whatever happens throughout the rest of today. And
Braden will join me as my color guy tomorrow. That'll be good to have him back. And you'll be on with me tonight.
Yes, I will. Here we go. Ball in the dirt. Make it 2-1. Seaperta, the pitcher, he's been on since late in that first inning and really kind of settled things down. Montesino still warming up out there. He's been out there since about the second inning, warming up. Here's the 2-1. Once again, Crosetti at the plate. He does have a double today as he holds back on that one, make it 3-1.
And Northwestern, as you just alluded to, not strangers to pulling pitchers once they get into tough situations. You know, we look at last night's game, there were 2 pitchers. One of them threw only 4 pitches and was pulled. Another one threw 6 pitches and was pulled. You know, once they get into a tough situation, they want to go with another guy because they've got a bunch of guys that can throw.
Yes, they do, and we'll see how long Seaperta goes here.
He's throwing well right now.
He is throwing well. That 3-1 was fouled off, and now full count.
Go to his stats. Seaperta just hit pitch number 60, and he has yet to allow a run through 15 batters he's faced. This is number 16. Only 2 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts to 2 walks. 3 2/3 innings.
And the payoff there, fouled off. We'll do it again. Pitching well, like you said, Tell, and looking to continue that here as he throws the 3-2. It's in the dirt. That's a ball, and he will walk Crosetti to start the 5th. We'll welcome Luke Blackman to the plate. He was hit by a pitch earlier today, and then had a fielder's choice as well on a ground out. So see what he can do in his 3rd appearance. A lot of signals down there at on the 3rd base side from Morningside. See what that results in. Crosetti does have a little bit of a lead at first, but not too much. Here's Blackman at the plate. Seaperta the pitch. That one's driven out to center, but that's going to be caught out there in center field by Robleski. Record the first out here at the top of the 5th. Sam Wilt now at the plate, Tell, and he had a nice hit in the first inning, got an RBI, and then struck out.
A run.
Yeah, ended up scoring a run as well, and then struck out in his 2nd appearance, and looking for more of that first appearance here in his 3rd chance at the plate today.
Well, a junior, 284 batting average. Runner goes.
Runner goes and is safe. It's Crosetti getting to scoring position. Get a nice lead off a second there and getting over after the ball.
Crosetti on the season, that is stolen base number 6. Nope, 7. That was 7. He's a dual threat, is the call from the Morningside dugout. Just screaming as his teammates. They love it.
Love that. 1-0, man on second. Ball in the dirt outside. Make it 2-0. Once again, Seaperta pitching well here today. Here's Seaperta. The 2-0 is in for a strike. Catches the outside part of the plate there. Make it 2-1. Again, Crosetti on second. Seaperta takes a long look at him before throwing the 2-1. That's fouled back by Wilt. Makes it 2-2.
Wilt, that one strikeout he had, ended an inning with 2 on. Left 2 on base there. The other hit was a good one.
This is now the bottom 3rd of the Morningside lineup. Wilt in the 7th spot today, and like we said, does have a base hit and an RBI. His runner takes off for 3rd, had a good jump. Wilt fouls that one off, and Crosetti will head back to second base.
That dual threat right there is hungry. He wants another one.
Speaking of dual threats, not to brag, Nebraska got the top 3 quarterback in the 2027 class today. I was pretty excited about that.
There's Raiola's replacement, because obviously he was no good, is what I've been told in his first season.
Yeah,
that man's going to be something incredible.
Hope so. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, you can't. Like I've said before, you can't beat Nebraska in the months of January through August.
Like the Chicago Bears of
they
the
are.
offseason.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I've made that comparison a few times, to be honest, as both Bears and Nebraska fans are yelling at us right now. Here's the 3-2, and that's popped up by Wilt out to center field. Robleski makes the catch and records another out. 2 down here in the 5th.
I'm fine with Bears fans yelling at me. Nebraska fans, you are a Nebraska fan. That's your own friendly fire there. Come on, man.
You know. It's more fun when we do it.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Somehow our titles look fresh compared to the Bears championships. All right,
Some are saying.
I'm done making fun of the Bears. I'm done. I'm done.
He's a fan of a different AFC North team in the Lions.
Yes. NFC, but yes.
NFC, yeah. My bad. I was thinking of the Broncos, my team.
There we go, yes. That's 1-0, by the way. We do have Connor Woods at the plate. Made a heck of a catch, Tell.
Oh, yeah, baseball.
The top of the 5th there. And, yeah, enough Bears talk. If we talk any more Bears, I'm out. 1
walk, 1 strikeout for Woods, the center fielder.
Here's the pitch, and that's high. Make it 2-0.
Redshirt junior, this guy. 418 batting average. 18 walks, 22 Ks. Those 1 each included from this game.
Looking to add on here. A hit probably does score Crosetti. We've seen his speed this innings. That's a strike. Swing and a miss, make it 2-1. And like I said, hit probably scores the runner. So probably going on contact as well with 2 outs. It is Crosetti. I wonder if they'll maybe try to send him again. I doubt it, but we'll see. Outside, make it 3-1. Seaberall has been pitching for a while now. He's gone through 4 1/3. Pitch count is at 74. Has not given up any earned runs. Those were all charged to DeHaan, who got the start as he walks Woods there. Put 2 runners on with 2 outs here in the 5th. And that'll welcome the 9 spot. Jackson bunkers to the plate. He did strike out, and then he's flown out as well, Tell. And I think that is going to do it for Sieperda. His day is done. So for Aiden Sieperda, 4 1/3, 79 pitches, gives up 2 hits, strikes out 4, walks 4 as well, and his day is done. Got a pitching change. We'll talk about it when we come back. We're going to take a quick 60-second break here in the 5th. Tell Tanner, Josh Bolter, KYN TV.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. With locations in Yankton and Sioux City, the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Grab your friends and family and get to the Boathouse in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the heart of historic downtown Sioux City. If you can't be on the boat, then it's the Boathouse.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today. Because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Riverside Field, Bob Tarashinsky Stadium. It's 6-1 here in the top of the 5th. 2 on for Morningside. I'm Josh Bolter. Tell Tanner the Mustangs lead by 5 here. 6-1 is the score. And Tell, we got a pitching change. Let's talk about who's on the mound.
Yeah, Sieperda's day seems to be done. His pitch count was starting to get up there. It was about to hit 80 after 4 1/3 innings. 2 hits, did not allow a run, but now with 2 on, they're going to make the change after a walk there in Woods. Did face 19 batters. Go to Montesinos. We saw yesterday, Peyton Montesinos, he threw exactly 1 inning yesterday, came in to get them out of a jam in the 5th inning, had 2 outs on the board, was able to get that final out in the 5th, threw the first 2 outs of the 6th as well, before he was then pulled. Threw a total of 21 pitches yesterday, faced only 5 batters. 1 hit, 1 run given up is all. and now he starts today. His stats on the season, Montesinos a 4.50 ERA, 1 win, 1 loss, 2 starts, 2 saves. This will be appearance number 17. He's thrown 40 complete innings, 19 walks to 38 strikeouts.
He'll start that 17th appearance in a bit of a jam here. 2 on for Morningside. As Jackson Bunkers is welcome to the plate, the 9-hitter. That pitch driven out to left center and hits the fence. That's going to get down. That should score to a double for Jackson Bunkers. And actually, they're going to hold that second runner. So 1 scores, runners on second and third. Jackson Bunkers with an RBI double in the 9 spot. Make it 7-1 Mustangs.
That first pitch for Montesinos put out into deep center field. As you said, hit that high fence for the Lancers. We got high fences at Riverside Field, by the way. It's hard to see with our cameras clear back behind the home plate, but they're like 10-foot fences out there. They rob a lot of people.
Yes, they do, and that was well hit by Bunkers. And now all of a sudden we got the leadoff man, Ryan Kielblasa, up to the plate. And he's had a good tournament. 2 hits today in his 3 appearances, including a double. He's got a chance to add to this Morningside lead with a hit. Is that one driven out to right field? Looks like it might go foul, and does. We'll do it again. Once again, Kielbasa at the plate. Senior from Illinois.
Kielbasa, 339 batting average and a 419 on base on the season. As you said, a good day so far.
He swings and misses there. Make it 2 strikes on the senior. Down 1-2 here. Montesinos trying to get out of a jam for Northwestern. He did just give up an RBI double. That run will be charged to Sieperta, though. So those were his runners. The runner on third he's also responsible for that as well. That's a ball. Make it 2-2. (7-1) Morningside lead. Winner advances to the nightcap tonight as that pitch fouled off behind the plate. Two strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs, 2 on. It's the leadoff man for the Mustangs. Trying to pad on to that Morningside lead. The pitch is foul ball and out of play. Kielbasa staying alive here, the shortstop. Once again, does have a double today, 2 RBIs, and did score, so he's been active. He has a chance to do a little more here. Meanwhile, for Montesinos trying to get out of this and limit the damage to just 1 run. Here's the 2-2. That pitch driven out to right. I think that's going foul and will stay foul, out of play.
Couple of deep foul balls down that right field line, just can't stay in. Morningside tiptoeing on the verge of a couple of big hits.
Kielbasa trying to be the man to do that. He's had some deep foul balls in this at-bat. We'll do it again. That one driven out to left, and it's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run scores. Another one coming around for another one, and that's 2 runs for the Mustangs. Make it 9-1 off the single from the leadoff man.
We're only in the 5th inning, and it's an 8-run advantage for Morningside. They are the 2 seed. They are the host team of this pod, co-hosted here in Yankton, obviously. But they're expected to be a team that's able to do things like this. Had an upset victory to the 7th seed Mount Marty in the first game. They fell in this. So now they're really making up for it in game 2 here today.
Here comes Michael Delzell to the plate. He's got 1 hit today, but it was a big one, a 2-run shot in the first inning to start the scoring for the Mustangs today, and I think he'd be pretty happy with doing it again. Montesinos now, he throws a ball here. Make it 1-0. Throws over to first, trying to get Kielbasa to no avail there, and runner safe.
And this is all happening with 2 outs on the board, by the way, these runs coming in. Northwestern just can't get out of this situation. Back-to-back hits, driving in runs.
1-0 is a ball there.
Both hits to left center as well. Bunkers with that double to left center. Gilbasa single to left center, brings in 3 different runs, all with 2 outs on the board.
The 2-0 from Montesinos is popped high in the sky towards left. And stays up there for a while, but making the catch is the left fielder, Drew Dykstra, and that'll do it. But 3 runs on the board here in the top of the 5th for Morningside. Score is 9-1 over Northwestern. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. We'll be back at the bottom of the 5th in 30 seconds.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we understand that agriculture is more than just a business. It's a way of life. Whether you are planting crops, expanding your livestock, or investing in new equipment, our ag lending team is here to help you grow. With flexible loan options and personalized service, we'll work alongside you to find the right financing solution for your farm or ranch. Elkhorn Valley Bank. There is a difference. Visit us today at evb.com.
All right, bottom of the 5th here, 9-1. Morningside, they had 3 in the top. And once again, it's going to be Mason Heimer still on the mound. Josh Bolter, Tel Tanner today. And we have the bottom of the 5th brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank is committed to more than just providing financial services. They are dedicated to making a meaningful impact in our communities. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there's a difference. Northwestern now trying to cut into this lead. It'll be Grant Guidry, the 3-hole hitter, the designated hitter. My apologies, actually, that'll be Devin Dirks, the 2-hole hitter, playing third base today. Guidry's on deck, and now Dirks trying to cut into this 8-run Morningside lead. Once again, winner, this one plays Doane immediately following. His first pitch is outside for a ball, make it 0-1.
This game for Northwestern, I'm going to pull out some references here from the Lord of the Rings. This game is balancing on the edge of a blade right now, straight too far to one side or the other, and Northwestern's looking at their 2nd straight mercy rule. They're down 8 right at the moment in the 5th. We saw it yesterday. 10 after 7 is it, Morningside. 2 runs away in the next inning from getting that advantage right at the moment. Northwestern's got to get something rolling, not only to avoid that run rule, but to get back in this game. This is curtains on the season. If they fall here, they've really got to start getting on base.
And they're hoping that starts with Devin Dirks, the 3rd baseman, who does have a run today. As he swings at that one, that's going to be put into play out to left field, getting underneath it. Out in left is Michael Delzell recording the first out here in the 5th. Once again, Heimer's been active, but at managing to limit runs and things like that. Only 1 run here for Northwestern so far through 4 1/3. And we welcome Grant Guidry to the plate, the designated hitter.
1.
This one's driven out short in the outfield, and making a diving catch is the 2nd baseman, Jackson Bunkers. What a defensive effort in a web gym there from Bunkers. He gets an RBI double last half inning and then makes a nice catch there. How about Jackson Bunkers, Tel?
Yeah, that was great. That was really, really great from the 2nd baseman there. We saw him have a bit of a mistake early in the game. It was in the 1st inning there. Almost led to a run there for Northwestern was his mistake. At 2nd, really made up for it there. That was a great catch over in center. Had to go deep for it. Was able to bring it in. And now on back-to-back pitches, 2 flyouts. 1 to left, 1 to the 2nd baseman in center field. And now Morningside is 1 out away from getting their bats back up and taking us to the 6th inning.
Yeah, 1 out away. Heck of a play there from Bunkers. And now that'll welcome for Northwestern, the 4-hole hitter, Ricknovsky, to the plate as he's trying to get somebody on base here after a couple quick outs. Grant Ricknovsky.
Stoppage of play here. Northwestern's taking a little bit of time to talk with their batters here. Coaching staff gathered around Woods, the center fielder. Ricknovsky, the 1st baseman here. Ricknovsky for Northwestern stepping up to bat. Does have 1 hit today with a walk in there as well. Now his 3rd plate appearance. They really need something out of this guy. They spent a long time, 3 coaches talking with him for a while. See what they've got cooking.
Yeah, with 2 outs here, we'll see what they can do. And once again, Mason Heimer's pitching well, so he gets another strike here to start this at bat. Heimer, another pitch there, only giving up 1 run today. Here's the 0-1 from Heimer. High, make it 1-1.
Heimer getting up there in the pitch count, by the way. He's in the 80s now.
And you got to think with the lead and with the possibility of playing a game right after this, they are going to push him as far as they can here. As this one's driven between third and short for a base hit. It's Rick Nofsky getting on base here with 2 outs. That'll welcome Tyler Schroeder to the plate. Once again, the right fielder does have a hit today. He had a double yesterday in that game against Doane.
For the Red Raiders, the right fielder, Tyler Schroeder.
Schroeder now with a good opportunity. 1 on, still 2 outs, however. He's got to be careful, does the right fielder.
Here's Heimer, the pitch. Outside for a ball. Once again, winner plays Doane. Immediately following this, loser is eliminated from the GPAC tournament. Here's Heimer with the 1-0. That pitch fouled off, out of play. Talked about some younger guys on this Northwestern team. He's another one of them, a freshman. Need some playing time here and looking to make something happen. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss on a pitch low. Make it 1-2.
Freshman having a decent season coming into this. 333 batting average and a 500 on base percentage. Does have 3 RBIs and 14 hits on the season.
1-2 is out, count even at 2. Again, score 9-1 here. 6-run first inning for Morningside, 3 in the 5th. We are in the bottom of the 5th right now with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Heimer. Fouled off by Schroeder. Staying alive.
Just staying alive. Neither of us made the obvious joke there.
Staying alive. Michael Scott.
I was thinking of the actual song, but, you know, The Office works too.
I love the Bee Gees. Do you remember the 20th? The episode where they do the...
You're just still doing Office.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm still doing The
Office.
No.
I was about to be so mad at you.
That pitch fell off. You know, I actually had to sing that song in a choir concert in 7th grade.
All right.
That's what I got for you.
Fair enough.
Which one, though? September or Staying Alive? The answer is Staying Alive, not September.
All right, fair enough.
I didn't have the... I couldn't go that high.
Yeah.
All right, here's the 2-2. Heimer, Schroeder.
Kind of want to hear a rendition of it.
Not right now, because we got a strikeout from Heimer to get out of the 5th. So 1 man left on after 5, scores 9-1 on Morningside as we welcome their bats back up to the plate. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter, back for the 6th in 30 seconds.
Vacation close to home. Vacation in Yankton. Yankton is just a quick trip from Nebraska and Iowa. Yankton features one of the best recreational areas around, Lewis and Clark Lake, with boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, biking, and miles of shoreline. Take the kids to our fabulous aquatic center, shop and eat in our historic Meridian District, or take a stroll on our famous Meridian Bridge. It's all here and not that far away. Plan your next vacation in Yankton, South Dakota at visityanktonsd.com.
All right, top of the 6th, 9-1 Mustangs. They're up to bat here at 3 in the 5th, and now looking to add more to that. The 6th inning, top of the 6th, is brought to you by Runza. Pick the perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom or spicy jack, made fresh and topped the way you like. Runza now in Yankton. We do, I believe, have a new pitcher out here for Northwestern. Tell who we're looking at.
Devin Dirks, the guy out now for Northwestern. Trying to get things under control for the Red Raiders as they are trailing 9-1 as we enter this 6th inning. Devin Dirks, the guy we did not see yesterday of the 7 pitchers we saw. He'll be the 4th guy out today. 7.03 ERA on the season, 4 wins and 3 losses. This is actually one of their starting pitchers. He has 11 starts and 11 appearances. They're going to one of their starting pitchers out of the bullpen here in a crucial moment, their season on the line.
And he was playing over at third for most of the day, and that will put Braden Bielner, the sophomore out of Ames, over at third.
Yeah, they're really just trying to pull out all the stops here as Northwestern, just trying to find somebody. Once again, this will be his first appearance on the season as a reliever. 11 appearances, 11 starts.
Well, here's the pitch, and he gets a strike to start. And a lot of times it's a little different process, or a starter coming to a bullpen, but see if Dirks is up to the challenge here and looking to keep the lead to 8 as he gets a second strike there. It is Jacob Odell up at the plate. He's got a 2-run shot in this game. First inning homer. Correction, 1-run shot, solo home run. It was Delzell that had the 2-run homer.
A little more in depth on Dirk's season stats in his 11 starts. He's thrown 48 2/3 innings, 67 hits, 46 runs given up, 10 walks to 31 strikeouts, and a .316 batting average against.
Here's the 0-2 from Dirks. That pitch high for a ball. We are in the top of the 6th here once again. We will have the winner of this game versus Doane to follow as that pitch is called for a strike. Looking Odell. Until he doesn't like it much, but the call made either way, and Dirks gets the strikeout to start the 6th.
And as you said, winner of this game taking on Doane about 40 minutes after the conclusion of this game, whenever it is. Game 3 today was scheduled for 6 o'clock, as it is 5 o'clock now and 40 minutes between games. I'm willing to bet we're going to be a little bit late there. But, 40 minutes after this game, that final game will start today.
Welcome Snyder to the plate, the catcher. Michael Snyder from Morningside. Trying to get things going here as he fouls off the first pitch. Here's the 0-1. Pitch is a ball, make it 1-1. Dirks, the offering. Pitch is called a strike. 1-2 is the count. There's 1-2. Put in play over to right, and that's going to be caught over in right field. Schroeder recording the out, make it 2 down here in the top of the 6th.
Number 24, Frank Gidry, and playing right field, number 4, Grant Renatke. For the Mustangs, the right fielder, Giacomo Crosetti.
Crosetti back up to bat now for the Mustangs. 2 outs, nobody on. Decent inning for Dirks so far.
And Dirks trying to get out of the 6th here as he throws the pitch. That one hit hard over to second, bobbling it, but making the throw over is the second baseman, Carson Matson, getting the out and getting out of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Their score stays 9-1. Let's take him to the bottom of the 6th. Northwestern bats next.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Some of those bump music, they get me going a little bit, right? For some baseball here as we're still going into the bottom of the 6th. Score is 9-1 Morningside here. Once again, winner facing Doane. I'm Josh Bolter. Tell Tanner today. Bottom of the 6th, brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank is committed to more than just providing financial services. They are dedicated to making a meaningful impact in our communities. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Tal, look at the rest of the GPAC right now. We talked about Briarcliff walked off Concordia earlier today, so Concordia awaiting the winner of Midland Dakota Wesleyan. That game is 2-0 Midland in the top of the 4th. Other action today, Mount Marty did defeat Doane as they'll await the winner of tonight's game between the winner of Doane and this game.
Yeah, that Midland Dakota Wesleyan game is interesting right now because the winner goes and plays Concordia tonight in the late game. And Concordia, kind of similar maybe to what Morningside was here in this game. They just fell in the GPAC tournament for the first time when they were a heavy favorite. And all of a sudden, they might be a little bit upset about that. They might take out their wrath on either Midland or Dakota Wesleyan tonight. We'll see what happens there. But on the other hand, either Midland or Dakota Wesleyan has a chance to eliminate a top 15 team in the nation in their own conference tournament, in the second round, no less.
Yeah, so interesting tonight. And on this side, once again, Mount Marty waits for the winner of tonight's results as Matheson pops that one high in the sky. And making the play over in left field is Michael Delzell to record the first out here in the bottom of the 6th.
A good catch from Delzell there. 1 out for Morningside. As you said, we are in the 6th. 8-run advantage for Morningside.
8-run advantage as we welcome Drew Dykstra to the plate. Dykstra, he does have a walk today. He's also grounded out in his 3rd appearance now here today. The first pitch.
Outside.
Should mention it is still Mason Heimer on the mound. Heimer has only given up 1 run, has pitched 5 straight shutout innings since giving up a run in that first as he throws another pitch here. Grounded over to first, fielded, and making the play over there by himself is Sam Wilt, the first baseman, to get the second out.
And that's back-to-back pitches with an out. And when you're up in the pitch count as high as Heimer is, that's what you want. That was number 94. He just threw, and now he's 1 out away from finishing off the 6th inning.
You got to assume what happens from here on out in the rest of this game. This is probably his last inning here. Once again, that pitch count going high, and 6 innings of work potentially if he gets this last out. This one hit out to left, deep. Chasing after it is, and that is actually gone. Taking that one over the fence is Kevin Rubio, his 2nd hit of the day, and that's going over once again deep, adding 2 run total here for Northwestern. Make it 9-2 after that home run.
A solo home run. Good way for Northwestern to maybe get things started here, maybe get back into this game a little bit. Now trailing by 7 runs. Still plenty of work to do, but still, 3 more innings and 1 out to get that done. They're still alive here. Maybe that's the jump they needed. The jump start can get them rolling.
Yeah, jump start, maybe getting them rolling as Ayers heads the plate. The 9-hitter with 2 outs as he takes a strike to start this at-bat. Here's the 0-1 from Heimer. They're going to trust him to try to finish this inning. So he gets a foul ball there, make it 0-2. Once again, Kevin Rubio has been active. He's got 2 hits today, including that solo shot, and having a good day. Catcher for the Red Raiders. Did not catch in yesterday's game. Short got the start there as the 0-2 hops in the dirt, make it 1-2.
Talk about good days. Go back to Heimer once again. Mid-90s in the pitch count. 5 hits, only 2 runs given up, and a 9-2 advantage for the Mustangs. He's been the only guy throwing. He's gone the distance so far, trying to finish off the 6th.
I would assume, once again, this is his last inning here. Once, like you said, pitch count in the 90s. And
you would assume. There is somebody warming up in the Morningside bullpen for that exact scenario.
And the 2-2. In the dirt, make it 3-2, full count.
He's had one heck of a performance here, and that's exactly what you need in Game 2 of the conference tournament. You need him to go as far as possible so that you can save as many arms as possible. Once again, for both of these two teams, if they're going to make it to the Monday championship game, they're going to have to win 4 straight games.
Grounder over to third. Odell fires, makes the throw, and that'll do it for the 6th inning. So one hit, the home run from Kevin Rubio makes it 9-2 Morningside. We'll see the Morningside bats next. I'm Josh Bolter. Tell Tanner we'll be back in 30.
Summer's here. Now's the time to shift into gear. Explorers Credit Union's the place to go. With discounted auto loan rates that steal the show. 1% cash back, take the ride. Rates as low as 3.99 APY. Cruise into savings, take the ride. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union. Join the drive today.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Canada Ace Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
9-2 Morningside leads here going into the top of the 7th. They'll be up to bat. I'm Josh Bolter. Tell Tanner GPAC baseball tournament coverage in the 7th inning, which the top of the 7th is brought to you by the Fairfield by Marriott in Yankton. Call the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express in Yankton Direct for great rates and flexible reservation changes. Devin Dirks on the mound. He pitched last inning, pitched well. Got out of there with no damage and looking to do the same here in the 7th. He'll start with Luke Blackman. He does have a run today. He's hit by a pitch and grounded into a fielder's choice as well.
Before we start off the 7th, I got an out-of-town scoreboard update in the GPAC softball tournament, which is going on right now as well. In the Midland Pod, in the winner's bracket, Morningside just beat Midland 7-2. Morningside will go to Friday. Midland is going to play the winner of Game 4 tomorrow in Game 5. In the Northwestern softball bracket, championship game number 1 of the pod, Game 6, Northwestern beats Doane 4-2. Championship game number 2 up next in Orange City. Winner takes all in that one in the pod. We'll keep you updated on the softball bracket throughout the evening as well.
Yeah, meanwhile, here 1-1 from Dirks to Blackman. Here's the pitch. This one driven to left, should be caught. Actually, that's going to go over. As I say that, that's a home run from Luke Blackman. Thought it was going to go short, but goes over. Make it 10-2 Morningside off their 3rd home run of the day.
Takes away the run that Northwestern just got in the bottom of the 6th, and we're back up to an 8-run advantage for the road team in this game in Morningside. Top of the 7th inning, Morningside 8-run advantage.
Yeah, that one through those trees over in left center. Powerful home run from Blackman. I thought for a second there that was going to go short, but just kept carrying and over the fence, make it 10-2.
And the 3rd home run of the game for the Mustangs. Delzell, Odell started it off back-to-back in the 1st, and then Blackman just got that one.
And now we welcome Sam Wilt to the plate. He's got a hit and an RBI today. He's down in the count. Pitch is a strike. Make it 2 strikes, 0-2 the count. 10 hits, 10 runs today for the Mustangs. And here's the 0-2. This one grounded over to first, or over to second now, gets past the second baseman. Over there at second was Matheson. for a hit. Wilt with his second hit of the day.
That was just perfect placement and the exact right speed you needed to get the base hit right between first and second, both of them going for it there, and it was just fast enough that neither was able to quite get there in time. First baseman laid off for a second, thinking the second baseman could get there. Had to get to the bag to make the catch, obviously, and just got out to right field. 1 on for the Mustangs.
And I'd say almost the reason I got through is because it was slower, actually,
Yeah,
compared
maybe,
to fast. I think that's part of it. It was kind of an awkward one, and either way, though, Wilt's on, and now up to the plate, Connor Woods. Woods does have a run today. He has walked twice, doing a good job of getting on base. He takes a ball to start here. Once again, 10-run rule is in effect, so if Morningside can get 10 or a couple more runs here after 7,
we'll go to the bottom of the inning no matter what. But yeah, Morningside certainly would like to put up 2 more runs here, because then they'd be just straight up 3 outs away.
Then it goes, you save arms and things like
Save
that.
arms. That's the big one, because once again, Heimer has thrown the entire game so far. Pitch count is at 100. He's thrown the full 6. If you can do it, you may be throwing a closing pitcher to just get 3 outs and then go straight into game 5 of the tournament.
Well, there's a ball. Make it 2-1.
Otherwise, you got 3 more innings to go, and you burn a good bullpen arm throwing 3 full innings. You'll throw a lot of pitches through that.
Dirks, the pitcher. Outside, make it through. And he did get the start at third today, made a couple nice plays over there, and did score a run as well.
That's kind of interesting in the GPAC tournament. It's not like a regular season game where it's just like, yeah, it'd be nice to end it here, you know. But this one, it's strategy. We want to save an arm. We want to end it in this inning.
Here's the 3-1. That's outside. He'll walk Woods. Now runners on first and second with no outs. We welcome Jackson Bunkers to the plate, telling he had a towering double earlier in this game for an RBI.
Yes, he did. He's also got a run scored as well. 1 strikeout for him. And he's been making some decent plays at second. Had 1 early mistake out in the defensive side of things, but he's been money since then, including chasing a ball all the way into the middle of center field, diving for it, making the catch, kind of in no man's land right between second and center, you know, was able to make a really good catch there. Now batting.
2 on, no outs. Bunkers fouls that one down the third base line over towards the pen and make it 0-1. After Bunkers, it is the top of the lineup. We'll go back to Kielblasa, who has 3 hits today, 4 RBIs. He's been money. 10-2 the score here, Morningside. The pitch from Dirks. Driven out to center. Looks like that one should be caught. And is runner tags and holds up actually at second is Wilt. Making the catch out there in center is Robleski.
Good throw in from Robleski, obviously able to make the catch and get the out, but then the quick throw in holds the runners as well. 1 out. Runners stay put.
1 out, and that'll bring the top of the lineup. Once again, it's Ryan Kielblasa up there.
Kielbasa's had a very good day. 4 RBIs on 3 hits with a run scored as well. Back in the first inning. It was hit home on the 2-run homer from Delzell, who's on deck.
His pitch driven out to right. Should be caught and is by Schroeder. He'll hold the runners. All of a sudden, 2 quick outs here for Dirks.
Yeah, back-to-back pitches. Fly out to center, fly out to right. Morningside still with that 8-run advantage as Delzell now steps back up. Had that 2-run homer to start off the game. Has been quiet since then, 0 for 3 in the next 3 at-bats. But when you have a 2-run homer to start the game, you still chalk it up as a good day.
Yeah, good day. Got that home run in the first and drilled one out to right center. He's up with 2 outs now, 2 on, 8-run lead here for the Mustangs. The pitch outside for Dirks and make it 1-0.
Trying to see who's warming up in the pen for the Mustangs, as we talked about. Heimer just hit pitch 100, likely going to see a relieving arm here to throw the bottom of the 7th. 1 out away from getting the Northwestern bats back up.
That's a strike right there from Dirks. Even at 1, trying to get out of this jam, and gave up a home run to start, then put 2 on, and all of a sudden 2 quick flyouts here. They're throwing over to second, not in time, runner safe. The 1-1 from Dirks. Is a ball just caught the outside there, and 2-1.
At the top of the order once again, Delzell batting second here. Odell on deck should we get there.
Strike there from Dirks. Evens the count at 2. Here's the 2-2 from Dirks. That one hit foul down the first base line. So we'll do it again. 2 runners on, 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs, the 2-hitter, Michael Delzell. The pitch is a ball, full count. (10-2) is the score, and here's the payoff coming from Dirks. He looks over to second. The throw, runners go, but it won't matter. Walk. So that'll put Delzell on first. Base is loaded.
Brings up Odell, third baseman, with a solo home run back in the first inning. Similar situation to Delzell, 0 for 3 since then, but a great start to this game. If he can get back into form, a base hit here would likely put 2 on and a 10-run advantage for Morningside. 2 more runs on the scoreboard.
So base is loaded here for Dirks. Jacob Odell, 3-hitter playing third base today as he takes a strike to start this at-bat.
It's Dirks trying to prevent that on the mound once again. Threw a very good last inning. Has allowed 1 run here in the 7th.
Here's the 0-1 from Dirks. Is a strike. Quick 0-2 for the pitcher. The 0-2, base is loaded, is outside for a ball. Devin Dirks trying to get out of this jam. Put 2 on early, gave up a home run as well, and walked a batter. The 1-2 is hit into play, but caught over at second base. Second baseman Matheson making a play to get out of the top of the 7th. So 1 run, 3 left on. 10-2 is your score heading into the 7th inning stretch. 10-2 Morningside. I'm Josh Bolter. Tell Tanner, KYNT.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. With locations in Yankton and Sioux City, the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Grab your friends and family and get to the Boathouse in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the heart of historic downtown Sioux City. If you can't be on the boat, then it's the Boathouse.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, community banking isn't just what we do, it's who we are. We believe in local decisions, personalized service, and reinvesting in Yankton to help our community grow. Elkhorn Valley Bank offers fast loan approvals, friendly faces, and employees who truly care. Whether you're saving, borrowing, or planning for the future, trust your hometown bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank, local, strong, and here for you. For more information, go to evb.bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference.
Bottom of the 7th here from Riverside Field. Josh Bolter, Tel Tanner, KYN-TV, GPAC Network. Morningside leads 10-2 over Northwestern here. We'll see Northwestern bats in just a couple of seconds. The 7th inning brought to you by, bottom of the 7th here, brought to you by Yankton Thrive. Yes, there's a thriving business economy here in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all businesses from retail to manufacturing is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. We welcome the Morningside at bats as well as Tel Tanner back here, and we'll see what Northwestern can do with the top of the lineup up. Luke Robleski getting the start here. That pitch driven over to short, just off the glove of Keel Blasa over there at short. Not able to make the snag.
Yeah, good dive from Kielbasa over there. Just couldn't quite bring it in the glove. Ricochets off of it, out towards left. 1 on for the Red Raiders now. Bring up Dirks now, who is pitching.
One man on. Northwestern trying to rally here. The pitch. Should mention it is still Heimer out there on the mound.
Yeah.
He's gone 7, given up 2.
Once again, in a tournament like this, you got to save arms as much as possible. They want him to go as absolutely far as possible.
That's a foul ball, evens count at 1, and see if he can do it.
Even just throwing a couple of outs here saves your bullpen arm. Couple more pitches. Maybe keep him active for tonight's game or tomorrow should they get there.
It's going to is Robleski over at first as he watches a ball from Heimer to Dirks. Dirks all of a sudden getting the full work today. He's pitched the last couple innings and played the first 5 over at third and been at the plate a few times. Doing everything today. So that pitch ball, make it through. Oh, now they're going to say, hold on. We've called a ball. Signaled this way. That's usually a strike when you signal right like that. But yeah, they are now saying a strike. Okay, 2-2. Two. Outside, full count. Payoff pitch. Foul. We'll do it again. Heimer throwing a lot of pitches, over 100 today. The payoff. Runner goes. Hit out towards right, and that'll get down for a base hit. Robleski rounds second. He'll get 2 bags over to third. So runners on the corners with no outs here.
Northwestern just trying to get back into this game. First 2 get on for the Red Raiders here. Runners on the corners now. Going to have a runner come in for Dirks. Looks like that's going to be Bryce Click. And there's the mound visit from Morningside. I wondered if we were going to get that here as the pitch count is approaching 110 for Heimer. His day likely done.
And that should do it. Let's go over his numbers as they stand.
Yeah, once again, the 2 runners on, should they get home, will count to his runs. But at the moment, he allowed 2 runs today, 7 hits, 109 pitches, 6 innings total. 1 earned run, 3 walks to 4 strikeouts, and he faced 29 batters today.
Yeah, the good day for him, and we got a pitch and change we'll talk about on the other side of a break. 10-2 is the score, 2 runners on for Northwestern here in the bottom of the 7th for Tel Tanner. I'm Josh Bolter, back in 60 seconds.
Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers, powered by plant-based natural caffeine. And They come in 4 delicious flavors: pomegranate passion, mango mojo, prickly pear, and watermelon wild. Why do you keep doing that?
These refreshers are just so refreshing.
But you don't have to make that noise every time. Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we understand that agriculture is more than just a business, it's a way of life. Whether you are planting crops, expanding your livestock, or investing in new equipment, our ag lending team is here to help you grow. With flexible loan options and personalized service, we'll work alongside you to find the right financing solution for your farm or ranch. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Visit us today at evb.com.
Brady Sensions on the mound for Morningside. 10-2 the score, bottom of the 7th. 2 runners on for Northwestern as they trail by 8. Tell Tanner, Josh Bolter with you here today. Tell, let's talk about Brady Sensions and what he's done this season.
Sensions on the year, relieving pitcher for Morningside Mustangs, 6.75 ERA. He has had 7 appearances, all as a reliever. This will make number 8. 1 save in there. 8 total innings pitched. 8 hits with 7 runs given up. Looks like he has 5 walks to 8 strikeouts on the year and a .267 batting average against.
And he's in a bit of a pickle here, but big lead. Looking to maintain that. It's Grant Guidry now at the plate. The 2 Grants up here next for Northwestern, the 3-4 spot. It's that pitch strike. Sensions, the 0-1. In the dirt, make it 1-1.
Guidry today, 0 for 3 once again. On the season, a .338 batting average, 50 hits and 35 RBIs. Number 36 would come at a great moment here. No outs on the board. Pretty much all he's got to do is connect with one, put it in the outfield, and Northwestern's going to get 1.
That pitch ball from Sensions, make it 2-1. Pitch is strike 2-2. Trying to get it out here. Sensions, runners on the corners. 10-2. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, full count. Walk here would load the bases. Payoff from Sensions is driven out towards right, and getting underneath that one is Crosetti, but that'll score a run for Northwestern on the sac fly. 10-3, Morningside lead. Once again, I think Morningside will take that. You get the out, you limit the damage. Yes, you give up a run, but now it's just 1 on, 1 out.
And if you can get the final 2 here, you still got a 7-run advantage going to the 8th inning.
And that'll welcome Grant Riknowski up to the plate. The 4-hole hitter is 2 for 2 with a walk today. Here's the pitch, strike.
Started at first base today, now over and right. Those 2 hits and a walk, as you said, not a bad day at all at the plate. 2 for 2 with a walk in there, now his 4th appearance.
The 0-1 is fouled off out of play.
No runs, however. Been left on base a couple of times.
Once again, there is a man on over at first. That is Dirks. The pitch. Actually, that might be
Click.
Yeah, Click.
Coming in to run for the pitcher now in Dirks since he's out on the mound.
1-2 is a swing and a miss. Strikeout for Brady Sentience. 1 out away from getting out of the 7th.
Good start for Sentience.
Your attention, please.
One on, one again, once again.
Number 15,
one run given up, but he'll take it. Just need one more out to go to the 8th.
We'll take it indeed. Looking for this final out to get to the 8th. The pitch is low for a ball. Here comes the 1-0.
Morningside's not a fan of the call. Umpires saying it was down.
Yeah, 2-0, 1 out. That pitch grounded over to short. And the throw in time to end the 7th. 1 run, though, for Northwestern. Score 10-3. Mustang Bats coming up here in 30 seconds.
Summer's here. Now's the time to shift into gear. Explorers, credit unions, the place to go. With discounted auto loan rates that steal the show. 1% cash back, take the ride. Rates as low as 3.99 APY. Cruise into savings, take the ride. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union. Join the drive today.
All right, top of the 8th here from Riverside Field. It's Morningside 10 and Northwestern 3. And the top of the 8th is brought to you by the Fairfield by Marriott in Yankton. Call the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express in Yankton Direct for great rates and flexible reservation changes. So, 7-run lead is the deal here for Morningside. They're looking to add to that at the top of the 8th. And once again, it'll be Devin Dirks on the mound. He's pitched the last 2, getting 1 run on a homer. See what he can do next. Was Lucas Blackman who hit that homer last time Morningside was up, by the way. And they'll start things off with the 4-hole hitter here in the 8th, Michael Snyder. Once again, Josh Bolter, Tel Tanner. Winner of this game, it moves on to the second game of this doubleheader, taking on Doane later tonight.
And that'll be an interesting game. Take you through the matchups between these two teams versus Doane on the season. Morningside was actually swept by the Doane Tigers this year, 14-1 and 2-1 back early April 7th, a Monday doubleheader. Northwestern yesterday just fell to Doane in a run rule. So both of these teams lost to the Tigers last time out. Both of them looking to avenge that, whichever one makes it to tonight's game.
Still got to take care of business. Hold on the lead here as Dirks gets a quick 2 strikes in the top of the 8th.
Northwestern ended up falling in a 4-game series to Doane, 3-1. They did take game 4, 7-3, but including the GPAC tournament game, 4-1 on the season is Doane over Northwestern, and Doane swept Morningside. So either way, team's looking to get some revenge back in the tournament tonight, whichever one of these two makes it.
Yeah, right now looking like Morningside, but still a little bit of baseball left to play. We're in the top of the 8th, and Dirks throws a pitch there, 2-2, even up the count. The 2-2 is low, full count.
Full count to start off the inning. Battling here is Snyder, the catcher. 1 hit, 1 walk today.
Here's the payoff. Is fouled off, out of play. We'll do it again. Dirks has pitched well outside of that homer he gave up. Has not given up any other runs. The payoff is high and inside. He walks Snyder to start the 8th, thus bring up Grossetti here in the 5 spot, trying to add to that Mustang lead.
Giacomo Grossetti, 1 run, 1 hit with a walk in there today as well. Also stole a base. The call of he's a dual threat from the Morningside dugout back when he did that a few innings ago.
Right fielder Giacomo Grossetti.
And Grossetti, he said having a good day. Does have a hit, a double. 1 runner on now. Thomas, the pinch runner. That pitch called a strike on the inside. Make it 0-1. No outs here in the top of the 8th. Once again, winner moves on to the nightcap. Loser is eliminated from the GPAC tournament. That one driven out to left. Looks like it's going to find a glove out there, and it does. Out there and left is Drew Dykstra with the snag.
A good catch. Didn't have to go too far to make it. Just a couple steps to his right, I suppose, our left. Out number 1.
Here comes Lucas Blackman to the plate. He had a home run in his last appearance. Luke Blackman did. The designated hitter today. The pitch. He's called a ball, throw to first, not in time. Runner safe.
Rubio's trying to keep the batter honest there. Catcher trying over to first.
Here's the 1-0. Low 2-0. Once again, 1 man on, 2-0 is the count on Blackman. 10-3 the score.
Nathan Thomas running on first.
The 2-0 is driven out to right and caught. 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Nathan Thomas once again pinch running for Snyder. He's on first, and Will, who has 2 hits now, trying to advance him.
Had 2 hits today, an RBI and a couple singles over at first base today. Throw to first, not in time. Once again, runner safe. It's Thomas over there, the courtesy runner for Snyder.
Throwing at Thomas a lot here. He's got 5 stolen bases on the season.
That one hit hard out towards right, but making the snag out in right field is Schroeder to end the threat here in the top of the 8th. So 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Northwestern trails 10-3. Tell Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. We got the bottom of the 8th coming up next.
Looking to vacation close to home? Well, how about Yankton? Yankton is located in southeastern South Dakota. It's close to Iowa and on the Nebraska border. That makes it a great option for a fun family getaway this summer. Enjoy the Lewis and Clark Lake area for camping, boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, or biking. Visit the Huther Family Aquatic Center. Walk the Meridian Bridge and shop downtown. Hey, there's lots to do in Yankton, and it isn't that far away. Plan your next vacation at visityanktonsd.com.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
On the 8th, Josh Bolter with you. Tell Tanner as well. First pitch is strike from Brady Senchins. Bottom of the 8th here, 10-3. Morningside leads. Bottom of the 8th is brought to you by Yankton Thrive. Yes, there's a thriving business economy here in Yankton. Your one source and resource for all businesses from retail to manufacturing is Yankton Thrive. More, go to yanktonsd.com. 1-1 is the count. It's Brady Senchins on the mound. Plate there we got Carson Matson. Is that pitch bobbled and hit over to third? But the throw in time from Jacob Odell. One down here in the 8th. Heck of a recovery after the bobble from Odell, and makes the throw and gets the out.
Morningside just trying to put a cap on this game. 5 outs away, counting the last 2 here and the 3 in the 9th. 7 runs Northwestern has got to get. It's never good when you get late into the game and there's more runs to get than outs to get. Northwestern's got their back against the wall right now. It needs to start here in the 8th. You can't take a 7-run deficit to the 9th.
Pitch high there to start the count for Senchins. Drew Dykstra, left fielder today at the plate. Ball outside, 2-0. Senchins. 4 strike, make it 2-1. Cloud's coming back out here a little bit. There is about a 70% chance of rain right about 6 o'clock here in about 15 minutes. We'll keep an eye on that light, but
yeah, there is a cloud approaching. Dark one coming in from the west.
And expected to continue as Dykstra strikes out. 2 down here in the 8th. Expected to continue till about 6:30, 7 o'clock or so, and keep an eye on that.
Now, we saw a little bit of rain at early part of this game. Not enough to stop play, but just a light, cold drizzle. And it might be part of what shut down the offense, because it hit in the 2nd inning after 7 runs went combined in the 2 teams in the first. It hit in the 2nd, and all of a sudden we saw 3 straight innings with nothing.
Strike there from Senchins at the plate right now. Kevin Rubio is 2 for 3. He's got a home run in this game. Playing well. Here's the pitch from Senchins. Ball. 2 down here in the 8th. Morningside just 4 outs away from advancing to the 3rd game today, taking on Dome.
We did just hit the 2.5-hour mark of this game 2 today, by the way. Game 4 of the Morningside pod.
That pitch fouled off by Rubio. 1 strike remaining here for the catcher. That one fouled off down the first base line, out of play. Here's the 1-2. Called a strike looking. That'll do it for the 8th. Brady Senchins gets the strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors. We had the 9th. Morningside up 7. I'm Josh Bolter. Tell Tanner, KYN TV.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Canada Ace Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
All right, one more inning of play here. Josh Bolter, Tel Tanner, Morningside up 7 here, 1 inning away from advancing to the nightcap tonight against Doane. They'll have another chance to add some runs, though. It's Devin Dirks on the mound for Northwestern. He's given up 1 run so far in this one. Your top of the ninth is brought to you by the Fairfield by Marriott. Call the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express in Yankton Direct for great rates and flexible reservation changes.
That 1 run from Blackman, the solo home run back in the 7th, I believe. No, 6th for the Mustangs there. No, 7th. 10-3, they lead right at the moment. As you said, just looking for a little more insurance runs here. No matter what, Morningside is 3 outs away when we go to the bottom of the 9th here in just a couple of minutes. Morningside 3 outs away from a date with Doane. Elimination game for the right to go to Friday and take on the Mount Marty Lancers in the Pod Championship game tomorrow at noon.
Things will start in the 9th here with Connor Woods, the center fielder. He's got a run today and walked 3 times. Has a strikeout as well. First pitch of the 9th is outside for a ball. Pitch from Devin Dirks. Popped up high on the first base side. And making a catch for the out is the second baseman, Matheson, over there.
Good catch. Put up 1 out. Need 2 more.
Add 2 more and then another 7 or so runs. But either way, it's got to start with these outs here to get the rally going.
And, you know, crazy things have happened. We saw it on the other end of the pod here in the Concordia bracket. Concordia fell after giving up 4 runs in the 9th inning to Briar Cliff.
First pitch strike to Jackson Bunkers. He's got an RBI double today. Here's the 0-1. This one driven between short and third. That's going to be a base hit for Bunkers, the 9-man. And that will bring up the top of the lineup, Ryan Kielbasa, leadoff hitter, and he's had a day. 3 for 5, 4 RBIs. He's got a double. Played well. Dirks, the first pitch to Kielbasa is outside for a ball. Make it 1-0. One runner on here, 1 out, 7-run lead for the Mustangs, and once again, looking for a date with the Doane Tigers this evening. We'll have that one for you, too, here on KYN TV. Is this one driven out to right? Actually, that's going to foul off towards first, and making the catch over at first is number 24, Grant Guidry. He started as the designated today and now playing first base. 2 outs now on the top of the 9th. We'll welcome Michael Delzell to the plate. He's 1 for 4 today, but had a big hit with that 2-run homer in the first to right center. The pitch from Dirks. This one flown out to left. Coming in to make the play is Drew Dykstra. Morningside 3 outs away from heading to the nightcap. We'll see what happens. They're up 7. I'm Josh Bolter, KYN TV, GPAC Network.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe banking should be personal. You're not just an account number. You're family at Elkhorn Valley Bank. Whether you're buying a home, growing a business, or saving for the future, our local team is here to guide you every step of the way. We listen, we care, and we make the process easy. Experience banking that puts you first. Elkhorn Valley Bank. Personalized service and local support. There is a difference. For more info, go to evb.bank.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. With locations in Yankton and Sioux City, the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Grab your friends and family and get to the Boathouse in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the heart of historic downtown Sioux City. If you can't be on the boat, then it's the Boathouse.
All right, bottom of the ninth here, 10-3. Morningside 3 outs away from the nightcap tonight. Bottom of the ninth is brought to you by Yankton Thrive. Yes, there's a thriving business economy here in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all business from retail to manufacturing in Yankton is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. We do have pitching change. Joe Harris on the bump here to try to close this one out. Mustangs up 7. Once again, if they win this, they'll play Doane. And then the winner of that will play Mount Marty tomorrow to see who will win the Morningside pod of this. And then we'll see what happens on the Concordia side of things as well. But still a lot of play here, and see what happens in the bottom of the ninth.
For Northwestern, number 35, Bryce Click.
Bryce Click up to bat now. Here to start this ninth inning. He has not hit today, so this is his first plate appearance. Harris to Click. The pitch. Strike. Harris once again looking to finish things here. The 0-1 is a strike. Quick 2 strikes here for Joe Harris. Click, pitch, or Harris to Click on the pitch. Make it 1-2. No outs here in the ninth. Harris now, the 1-2. Is fouled back. Count will stay 1-2. Pitch, low, make it 2-2. Harris now, 2 Click. Swing and a miss. 2 outs away for Morningside. I'll now bring up the top of the lineup here. Luke Robleski up to bat, 2 down, or 1 down here in the ninth, and Morningside just 2 outs away from winning this one. Here's the pitch. Ball, or strike, call a strike, late strike call there. Catches the corner of the plate. The 0-1 from Harris. This one, swing and a miss, make it 0-2 on Robleski. He does have 1 hit today, by the way. The center fielder came around to score eventually. I believe that was actually a separate reach on an error in the first, now that I think about that. Here's the 0-2 Robleski. Fouled off. Count will stay 0-2. The 0-2 now from Harris. 1 out, no on. Swing and a miss. Harris struck out 2 here in the ninth. Joe Harris, 1 out away from this one. Meanwhile, on the other side, Northwestern 1 out away from being eliminated from this tournament. It is Devin Dirks who's going to be up to bat. He does have a hit today. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. Down to the last out here for the Red Raiders. Harris now, the pitch. Ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Make it 2-0. Once again, Northwestern down to their final out. Here's the pitch from Harris. Make it a strike, 2-1. Harris now. The pitch inside, 3-1 to Dirks. Once again, Doane has arrived here at Riverside Field. They're waiting, once again, the winner of this game. Morningside. Harris, the pitch. Hit foul. Now to play. We'll have a full count here with 2 outs. So now Northwestern down to their final strike. The 3-2 payoff. Once again, final strike. This one hit out into center. That should drop. Actually caught, and that will do it. So your final here, Morningside 10 and Northwestern 3 as they win this game. And now they'll face Doane exactly 40 minutes from now here from Riverside Field. I'm Josh Bolter. We'll be back here in about a minute with a quick post-game recap of this one. You're watching KYN TV.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today. Because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we understand that agriculture is more than just a business, it's a way of life. Whether you are planting crops, expanding your livestock, or investing in new equipment, our ag lending team is here to help you grow. With flexible loan options and personalized service, we'll work alongside you to find the right financing solution for your farm or ranch. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Visit us today at evb.com.
All right, 10-3 Morningside final here. They advance tonight to play Doane, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But tell a good game for Morningside. They get those 6 runs in the first and never really look back, including 2 homers.
Yeah, exactly. 6 runs in the first. They end up winning 10-3. That was it right there. You know, Morningside jumped out to an incredible early lead, and then they pitched really, really well to finish off that ball game. Heimer once again going 6 complete. 109 pitches. That was really what did it for him, allowing only 3 runs. And then you go to the 7th inning, you're down to your final 3 innings, and you have 7 runs to make up by the time Northwestern got their bats up. That was tough.
Yeah, tough one there, but it's those 6 runs, couple homers there. I think if you got to name a player of the game, it's got to be Ryan Kielbasa. 3 hits today, 4 RBIs, and a double. Played really well there. So next we got Doane, Morningside Tell. Should be a good one.
Yeah, somewhere around 6:40, 6:45 is going to be first pitch. Waiting for the official wording on that 5-minute leeway there, but it's going to be in 40 to 45 minutes. Doane, Morningside. Both teams beat Northwestern in this tournament. Both teams fall to Mount Marty, and this is an elimination game once again. Both teams have 1 win and 1 loss. Somebody's about to go home, and we will have 2 teams left. The winner goes on to face Mount Marty tomorrow at noon. And we talked a little bit about at-large bids and what the teams have kind of gotten. GPAC has gotten 3 teams in over the last couple of years. This year, however, it's weird. There's a lot of good teams out there. Nobody's comfortable. Even a 2 seed like Morningside, not comfortable. They really need to go at least to the conference tournament championship in order to really feel comfortable getting that at-large bid. If they lose here in game 2, solid chance that's curtains on the season for either of these teams. This is a must-win game.
Yeah, must-win, do or die, at least at GPAC tournament-wise, and we'll see what happens there. We'll go live shortly before that game, but we're going to sign off here for this one. Final score, Morningside 10, Northwestern 3. This was your postgame brought to you by the Boathouse. The Boathouse is a proud sponsor of the GPAC tournament, offering axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the historic downtown Sioux City. So final score from this one, Morningside 10, Northwestern 3. We'll be back here shortly for Morningside versus Doane. For Tell Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. You're watching GPAC baseball tournament coverage on KYN TV and the GPAC Network.